What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Undrafted Overconfident podcast on a Monday, February 9th, 2026. I'm Jason Semko. With me, Brandon Bigo Gordon.
It's a bittersweet Monday, Semko, because we are officially Dunskies with the foosball.
Each year that goes by, that gets a little more depressing.
Yeah, I mean, we build up for it, we're anticipating it, and then in a flash, before you know it, it's like Semko in the sheets. It's done in 30 seconds. Boom.
If that. Lucky to get to 20.
All right, I was giving you 30, but
I appreciate it. You're a nice guy.
Yeah, I am. Well, I know that we got a lot of stuff to go to, but I feel like we have to start with the big game, right?
It's way too big. It's on everybody's mind, and I know all of our listeners are dying to know what we thought about everything Super Bowl.
Everything Super Bowl. And shout out to a lot of our listeners. We know they're devastated with the outcome.
Very.
Crestfallen.
Yeah.
Just unconsolable, whatever you want to kind of use. I mean, DW, we got you on suicide watch, big guy.
I know you lost some good money on the game, as well as I think some of your pride and you're one of your division rivals didn't win. I know you're really hoping to keep it in the division because they're like the SEC. You just want your fellow brethren to win. I even rooted for the Ravens in a Super Bowl, so I know you had to root for the Patriots to win their 7th DW, right?
I mean, he did the last time we were together. We watched the Patriots. He was rooting for him really, really hard, right? But yes, the outcome came and gone. I would say that the result 29-13. Maybe you could argue even it's a triple score difference, but it for some reason that score also makes it seem like it was closer than it actually was.
It is very weird,
right? Because
I feel like that game though, it really could have gone a different way if like the first half there were a few things that went the Patriots' way.
Yeah, but nothing.
Drake May. Man, he looked like he was like 5 years younger than any picture I'd seen of him all year.
Little puppy dog. Just nothing but just headlights that he was staring. Deer in headlights.
I can't really blame him sometimes because he was getting rushed just every single snap. But then it obviously kind of got to him. And he missed some throws, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. He put a little bit too much zip on a couple of them. He didn't even look Stephon Diggs' way until, halfway through the second half or something?
Yeah, finding some of those wide receivers, I don't know. We'll kind of get into maybe what we thought, but because there's just so many different things I think that question marks about.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give the Seahawks defense, which has been incredible all year long, all the credit in the world, and even Collinsworth. And I'm not a huge Collinsworth guy. My dad is.
I like Chris. You like Chris?
Yeah. He's okay. I think he just gets horny for some of the QBs a little too much.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Mahomes, bro. I mean, like if he
loves
could go
him some Josh Allen.
If he could go on an all guys trip with just the QBs of the AFC, that would be his dream vacation.
He'd look forward to that probably more than calling all the Super Bowls he's called.
He's probably got a group chat. It's like, hey guys, I know we always talk about, are we going to do it this year? Are we going to go into the California wine country and just make a weekend of it? And no responses.
Or are we going to go to Philadelphia?
Oh.
And maybe see a game?
Oh, I mean, geez, that's something that other people have already thought of. So what are you going to do? I mean, you can just jump on board. Maybe you can send him an invite. Maybe Collinsworth will come join you.
I hope you're there with us.
Oh, yeah, you guys keep holding out hope for old Bigo. But you know how I like to tease you. Maybe. Ooh,
well, there it is. Who had your money on that? Everyone put their money on. Not going to get the answer.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to just count me out. That's when I whammy you right in the face.
Don't want to. Maybe.
You don't want to?
For some reason, we still like you too much.
I don't know.
I'm giving you the curb.
I'm giving you no reason to like me, but okay, we'll kind of go with that. But yeah, Patriots really looked lackluster all year. I mean, all game, pretty much from the early snap from the offensive side. Their defense, bend don't break, man. What, 4 field goals? 3 field goals to start. 4 field goals to start.
They did their job.
And I mean, they're like, just give us something. Come on.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned halfway through the game, you're like, Seahawks better score, because it definitely felt like you guys are barely putting up numbers 6, 9, 1 touchdown, and this is a close game. It just never came.
It felt like, I'd say probably one of the biggest like turning points of the game to me, because the way the game was going, once again, the Seahawks just could only kick field goals, missed a couple of opportunities. They were tough throws. That one to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Darnold's kind of on the run, pressure in his face. I mean, it was wide open.
Oh,
but,
man, was it wide open?
Yeah, but he was, he did a great job just to evade a bunch of guys.
He did.
But yeah, you just felt like it was like 9-0. Patriots defense stopped Seattle. They were going to get the ball back with like 4 minutes to go in the half, and you're like, they could go down and get some points. They get the ball to start the second half, and all the work that Seattle defense did could all be for naught, like the next time the Seattle offense goes on the field.
Big momentum shift.
And then that punter just laid a perfect punt and like held them back at like the 4-yard line, and they got a couple first downs, but it just... That's like a backbreaker when you could be like 4 or the 25.
Absolutely, yeah. You know I love me some Tressway, but I think the best punter in the league resides in Seattle, Washington.
That's kind of one of the things that I liked about Chris Collinsworth, because Mike Tirico's sitting there and he's just like, well, he kicks it at such a weird spin on it, and, it's tough to catch. And Chris Collinsworth is like, I know you love your special teams, but these are professional punt returners. You catch the ball.
Yeah. And that was at the end of the game too, when the punt returner just decided he's just going to let it drop, and it rolls all the way. It's like, what are you doing there, man? Like, what do you think's going to happen? Nothing but bad things going to happen right there. But yeah, Drake May looked terrible. Collinsworth, again, shout out to Collinsworth. He'd mentioned some of the disguises that the Seattle defense was doing. At the last second, they would change their zone, or they would change what they were doing, and he's a second year guy. He's not going to have that kind of seasoning to recognize that or audible out of it or identify it the way a 10-year vet's going to.
I mean, you could say that it was him. I mean, look, he's 23. Cam Newton looked like he was lost with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow looked like he was kind of lost against the Rams.
You give a professional football defense 2 weeks to plan for you after a full year of film, they're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Especially when they know that you might not have the ability of a Mahomes or a Brady or a Peyton, where you can identify defenses.
It wasn't until the second half when he kind of read that corner blitz and would throw it to the other side and make the right read. And that's kind of when you thought something was going to happen, because even our guy Collinsworth's getting some run from us.
Yeah, geez.
But I think he did a good job. But he's like, finally, these are the best throws Drake's made all game. And then they score that touchdown on 3 plays, and like you go to the bathroom and you come back and they scored, and you're like, this is what they can do. This is going to be a Patriots comeback Super Bowl. Like, here we go.
You know what happened right before those 2 big Mac Hollins catches? Shout out to Barefoot Hollins over there. You know what happened right before that?
What's that?
The freaking streaker ran out of the field.
Oh, that's right.
He ran out of the field, just probably threw that defense off. If the Patriots won that game, streaker gets MVP.
They'll find who it is and probably celebrate him.
Well, it's pretty obvious. He'd tagged like a Twitter or an X thing on his back. I'm not going to give it any cred, but of course he's monetizing.
Oh my god!
I mean, what happened to the good old days where they just wanted to kind of show dong on TV and they just sprint around as much as they could? Now they all have social media and other things to kind of pitch. It's
all about themselves.
Yeah, it's no longer about the thrill of, am I going to get caught? Who's going to tackle me?
How many tackles do I break?
Do I weave? Do I do a juke or a spin move? Is it going to be a player, or am I going to get tackled by one of the lowly security? Why are they always getting the slowest guys to do that? Especially in the biggest game. It's like, you remember the freeze for the Braves games? Get him and chase him down.
I'm sure you've got, out of your whole entire entourage of employees, you've probably got at least like 15 that are jacked and fast and strong that you could be like, you guys are all for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is your Super Bowl, quite literally, and you're not going to let this happen.
And there could be like a bonus, like pile drive a streaker. That's like a $15,000 bonus.
All right.
So they're like itching to get out there.
It's like, especially if you don't let them touch the field. If they're on the sideline about it and you lay them out, that's an extra 30.
I would love to see that.
Absolutely. But yeah, anything from the Patriots kind of impress you at all from what you saw? They made it to the big game.
They did. I will say, I know you're gonna gloat here in a second, so I want to get my gloating in a little bit. I kind of said they really hadn't played anybody all year. And I think it really did show, though. That their game plan was so... I mean, one, Vrabel was a Patriot, played all the Super Bowls under Bill Belichick. His plan the whole time was just try to get to the fourth quarter and hope that it's close, hope the defense causes something, because they didn't want Drake May to really do anything. Yeah. And you're the runner-up for the MVP, which we'll get into later. But yeah, it seemed very cautious, but if you look back, it's what they did against San Diego. Yeah. They kicked a bunch of field goals. You know, Houston, they got gifted with some good field position and did turn them into touchdowns, but it was very conservative. The Broncos game, the weather played a little bit, but it was all conservative. And I think it was one of those, I think Mike Vrabel, he's really smart. I mean, he's the one that, was it like the Titans game when they played the Patriots, I think, in the playoffs?
Yeah, and he had outmaneuvered Belichick.
Yeah, with like the clock and some of those plays. So I think he was smart and realized, I think when we play a legit team, which this Seahawks are, I don't think that our offense is as good as the stuff we were putting up during the season. Like, I know we're good. They're a good team. I'll give them that. There might be a really good team. But, man, when going up against like a juggernaut like that, I think Vrabel was like, I love my offense, but my wide receivers are Diggs, Stephon or Booty.
5 years past his prime Diggs.
Yeah, and, you know, Hunter Henry's an older tight end. It's just, I think he's, and the offensive line with those rookies, I think realized, man, our defense is going to have to do something to get us field position.
Yeah, what is his name? Will Anderson, the LT, the left tackle for the Patriots. He looked lost half the time.
He gave up 14 QB hurries over there.
Yeah,
I was telling one of my coworkers, she's a big New England fan when I saw her, and I was like, why was he in there? And she's like, because the other guy would have just done 10 times worse. Like, that's all.
Lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it's like they hope that he could have done better, but man, that was. That Patriots, I mean, they'll be back. They're going to be a good team. It's not like it was a blip, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is going to be strong. I'd assume that they're going to identify that they need to get more weapons for May out on the edges. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, we talked about it's like, did they have a good game plan? And I don't know if they did. I understand the conservative. Vrabel really understood the shortcomings of the offense. He's like, we're going to rely on our defense. We're going to rely on special teams. Let's just get enough where we're competitive in the fourth, as you'd mentioned. But man, it's like we were, I wouldn't say singing praises, but we were giving Josh McDaniels so much credit throughout the year. It was like, he's a terrible head coach, but he's a good offensive coordinator. True. Nothing from that game showed me that he was a good offensive coordinator. He made next to no changes at halftime after seeing what the Seattle was doing. Like, more screens, more short passes. Yeah. Do it. Don't stop looking for big chunks. Like, try and get 5 yards here. Do quick curls, quick outs, quick ins, that type of stuff where it's like a one read go. And, you know, far too often is he still putting May in a very vulnerable position in a 5-step back, just waiting to get attacked. I mean, like, I know they took away that sack on that, what it turned into like an interception, run back for a touchdown late in the game. Yeah. But if they had counted the sacks, they had a record of 7 sacks matching in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, stop. He's got to get the ball out quick. And they weren't doing that. They were like, let's just trust this big cannon, and trust he'll figure it out, and let's keep trying to go downfield.
As it doesn't seem like that was their offense. I mean, he's known for throwing all these deep, intermediate routes. But, yeah, it seemed like all they wanted to do to start the second half was they brought in TreVeyon Henderson and let him run it some more.
Which I didn't understand, because Ramondre Stevenson wasn't doing terribly, and he's been who they had been relying on all throughout the playoffs. So, again, it's when people just panic and they just punt on certain aspects of their offense that might not blow the doors off, but at least it's consistent.
Yeah.
It kind of just drives me nuts. So happy to see it. You know, obviously, we'll get to the gloating. I predicted this. I'm Nostradamus, Nostrabigo here. I called a Seahawks-Patriots Super Bowl in the beginning of the playoffs. I called the Seahawks winning it, and it came to fruition. Finally put my money where my mouth is, and I put a little money on it. Thanks that I trusted myself. But the thing that kind of edged it was when Dwight went the other way. When DW went the other way, I was like, oh, I always bet against D-Dubs in these situations. It was Vegas roulette table all over again. And that's a story we'll go into a little later.
I can't wait to
You were giving me a hard time. We gave away too much of the good stuff on the last episode.
Well, because you I make the joke every so often of, if we do this, and we're still doing this in 6 months, and we're going to do this forever. Then why did we go through every single Super Bowl story we have?
Yeah, we shot the load on that one. Yeah, a little early, but that's fine. There'll be more to come, and we can always have guest speakers on the Super Bowl, and they can give their side of the story. Seabear was quite frustrated.
We apparently got everything wrong.
Apparently, from his, I don't know. We don't need to go with his side because he'll want us to explain it. But I don't think that's what happened. But we'll let him kind of have his piece. But so you mentioned the turning point. It's easy to say that I could go two ways on the turning point of the game. One is I could say the turning point was snap one on their offense, like when it just looked like they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah.
I think they had, 2 first downs in the first half or something insane like that?
I'd say turning point might have been them not getting that pick 6 on the first play by Seattle.
That's right.
They were undercutting and going for all those picks.
You're right. And, man, if they had gotten one of those...
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what Vrabel was thinking was like, I got my defense to get us in field position, and if we can kick field goals, maybe by the fourth quarter we figure this out. Darnold... They're the first Super Bowl team to not have a turnover. I'm sure Vrabel's like, they've got to give us one at some point. We need one,
yeah.
And then if that's in the fourth quarter, your runner-up MVP can make a play. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think the game could have been totally different if, Christian Gonzalez.
I was about to say, how good was he?
Oh my gosh. 3
plays. Saved at least
3
touchdowns.
Yeah, he did. And could have had a pick that would have negated 1 field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a lot closer than, because I think once you get down to that fourth quarter, it starts getting tense. You don't know what's going to happen.
And that's the other point. The other really big turning point for me was when it was 19-7 and they got the pick 6 run back for a touchdown. Yeah. Because they had the ball, scored touchdown. Hey, it's a 5-point game. We're right there in the neck. And then I love that it happened right after Grizz said, "Oh yeah, this is never." He put something in there when he was joking with Dwight. He's like, "Nice pick," and I was like, "I don't know. Is this sorry, ill will, but is this the Falcons 2.0?"
Yeah.
I was like, hey, "We've seen stranger things." Shout out Stranger Things. No, but I think that the turning point. I don't know if you had to pick one, it would be that pick 6. And shout out to Nwosu. That's probably the highlight of his life right there.
How he caught that thing, I have no idea.
Just hit him right in the breadbasket. Still. And he's just like, bang, just stumbling, bumbling, good old Chris Berman touchdown, big guy touchdown. You love it. Did it give you any reference to James Harrison? Did it, take you back to those days? I know it wasn't a 100-yard return.
A little bit, though. You were like, is he going to have enough juice to kind of get him there? Thankfully, it was another offensive line. It was an offensive lineman chasing him down, so that helped. If it was Larry Fitzgerald.
He didn't have Larry Fitzgerald chasing him down, yeah. But outside of that, it's like it was one of those games where it's like outside of the defense just being monsters, there was no real big defining moment. JSN was next to nothing. He was a footnote. I know he had to go in for concussion protocol and come back out.
Those corners. That New England defense is good.
Yeah. That's why I think they have staying power, right?
Yep, they do.
And then I will one last toot of the horn. I mentioned in our first episode, AJ Barner. It's gonna be something. Scores a touchdown in the Super Bowl, man.
He picked up a couple really good first downs. Just kind of kept the drives alive. Got them into field goal range with, I think, a couple catches as well. Very timely. Kenneth Walker definitely deserved the MVP.
He did, yeah. Shout out to Kenneth Walker. He deserved it. Do you know the fun story about his dad? Did you hear about this with his dad?
No.
So that game was the first game his dad has ever seen in person at the stadium.
No wonder he looked like he was running like he hasn't, like...
Right?
He had like an extra step.
So apparently he's like, his dad has flown to Seattle multiple times, but never come into the stadium because I guess he has like a fear of crowds. He hates crowds.
Really?
And Kenneth Walker mentioned it like after his MVP speech where he was like, I didn't even convince him. It was my agent. My agent convinced him, like, your son is playing in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He's going to be a free agent next year. You never know what's going to happen. You don't want to miss this. And, what a first game to see. Not only his son's team, when he wins the MVP.
He carried them through that first half.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really, really cool to see. But really cool moment. You love the moments behind the actual game. So that was a really, really impactful moment. The other big moment that, obviously, and we're not going to go into the heavies of it, but the other big storyline was a halftime show. Did you watch the halftime show? Did you catch it?
No, I didn't. I watched the game. It was just me and my wife, and my wife actually traveled early this morning for like a work conference that she does every year. And so she was upstairs packing. If she was watching it with me, I probably would have. But I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to know what the guy's saying. So I kind of was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna understand this. And I just finished season 1 of Justified.
Oh.
And I really wanted to start season 2.
Oh my god.
So I fired that up for 30 minutes. You watched
Justified instead of the halftime show.
I did.
I've never, like, I'm one of those people, I don't really care about the halftime show, like, ever. Like, even if it's, you know, a band that I love, because it's all very orchestrated, and it's half the time it's lip singing, and it's like the music's not even there. Prince was probably my favorite. You remember when Prince did the halftime show? That was fantastic.
You didn't like the Eminem, Dr. Dre?
It was okay. I mean, it just, like, when they brought out 50, and
he
was really struggling to get that upside down sit up.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was not looking great. I mean, yeah, it was cool seeing Snoop do the crib walk. That was my wife's favorite. She absolutely loved that one.
Good.
Weren't you here for that?
I was. That together?
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I love that. We were watching it together. My favorite part of the halftime show, and the reason, you know, really for the same reason, I could skip any halftime show and I wouldn't be butthurt about it. But I watched that one because my wife was like, I want to see it. It's like, it's, you know, but I mean, there was a lot of props. I mean, they all have, you know, a lot of props. It was cool, the choreography and whatnot. My highlight, though, was there was a Jessica Alba sighting, and I almost missed it. Like, my wife was like, that's Jessica Alba. And I was like, stop, freeze frame. Where's Jessica Alba?
Rewind. Freeze. I keep missing it.
I said, come on, no, I need to see. So, you know, again, we're going to keep it light. You know, we don't care, you know, what you guys decided to do and what you guys want to do. But, I mean, it was unique in its own way, shape, or form. And it's funny you said I'd like to have understood it. Half of these people, I can't understand what they're saying. So it's like, I know, and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. So
the Kendrick Lamar one, that was tough. It was tough to, like, hear him. And I don't think it was really him. I think it's some of the recording or whatever that they got going.
You know who else had a really great halftime show?
Who's that?
And I not really embarrassed because she's a good performer. Rihanna, she did a great halftime show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a good show.
She's up on the pedestal. She's up way up high. That was cool.
That is, I think, the one thing. That's kind of at least why I wanted to bring it up, because I didn't watch it, but it was more of like would you put it up there as, like, was it up there close to, like, Prince, or was it the Black Eyed Peas?
Ooh, probably more Black Eyed Peas, but just because I don't know his music.
Okay.
I don't know the Black Eyed Peas music. I don't know. Like, you put an artist up that I have very little.
They just had some weird futuristic-y type.
Oh yeah.
It just looked really bad. I don't know. At least I wanted to. I mean, was there any, like, Blue Shark to remember from it?
Oh man, that would have been great. Katy Perry shout out. No Blue Shark. They did a real wedding. It was like a legitimate wedding that they had.
That's pretty unique.
That is very unique.
Halftime show.
Yeah. There's something going on. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's like, it looked like he was wearing shoulder pads, but then it came out that they thought he was wearing, like, a bulletproof vest. It was crazy.
Oh my god!
I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, it could just be all people, you know, him and Han and whatnot. But everybody seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah. It's a Super Bowl. Have a good time. It's a halftime show.
Let's keep it light. We're talking about music here, people.
Next year they'll do some, like, old rock and roll singer. It's like a rotation. It's like every 7 years they just kind of, like, redo the same thing. So in a few more years they'll do some nostalgic rock group.
Can we do a prediction? Who do you think is going to be the halftime show next year? Calling it right now.
You've already got an idea?
I think I do.
Whoa. Okay.
I always think it's like, you know, it's like, I feel like the halftime show, it always caters more to the female gaze. You know, I feel like they pick artists that the ladies are going to be more attentive to.
Okay.
I mean, save Dr. Dre, but he goes for both female and male. And I'm trying to think of who's kind of up and coming, or who's coming up big, and how they, you know, they kind of eliminated the noise when they picked Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're just going to do what we want to do. I think Pink Pony Club and Chapel Roan might get the nod.
You know who, and this might go with my pick, and I think it would be a good combo.
Ooh.
Jelly Roll.
Ooh, oh, you're going the opposite way. Okay, I like it.
But I think Jelly Roll and Chapel Roan.
Maybe. Oh, man, are we doing this?
I think we are.
Oh my god!
Did we just become best friends?
Yup. Speaking of, I mean, like, it's funny with the halftime show. It's like, I always think of my mom, because my mom's like, I don't care about the game, but I like the halftime show and I like the commercials. Any commercials stand out for you? You know, that's always the next big thing.
Yeah, I got one thing to say after we go through the commercials, because I feel like it was, I'll say it now, I feel like it was, you could tell so easily who these commercials were for. I mean, like the Poppy, healthy soda type thing commercial.
Yes.
That couldn't have been any more for like Gen Z. Like they're like, look,
Charlie XX.
Yeah, we're not gonna get you old fogies that drink soda to change to do these like prebiotic type sodas.
Yeah.
We get it. Like you're just not gonna change from Pepsi or Coke. But we're going to compete with like Olipop, and there's a few other brands that are popular.
This is your realm of expertise.
There was actually a lot of commercials of products that like I'm super, super familiar with.
You're like, oh, yes.
I was like, yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Like Liquid IV, Liquid Death. I was like, you got Super Bowl commercials? You guys are huge. But it was just...
Of course, an energy drink. Shocker. Semco's dialed in on that one.
I'm going to have to try it. I hope we sell it at work soon.
Ooh,
we actually asked about that.
Samples.
We're like, grocery team leader, do you guys have that energy drink? He's like, no.
Not yet.
But no, I think the Dunkin' Donuts commercial,
that
was so great.
They brought out all the goodies. George Costanza was there.
That was the best. But that's the thing. It was for millennials and like, what is it, Gen X? Is that who's older than us?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
But yeah, like because half those people, they don't know who George Costanza is. They don't know Ted Danson from Cheers. Like, they just don't. Maybe from A Happy Place or something.
I mean, they got to know Alfonso Ribeiro, right? Fresh Prince?
They've probably never watched an episode, but they've probably seen the dance in memes.
The Carlton dance.
They know him from the memes.
Yeah. What about Urkel? Yeah, they know who Urkel is?
Once again, probably from like a couple of
knew
memes.
That. I don't even know if that even made the memes. They know Jen Aniston, though. And Tom Brady.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How do you like nuts? Yeah, you like these nuts. I was like, whoa, geez, what she said. It's the phrase is apples, my lady, but okay.
Well, because that was a funny phrase when we were growing up.
You like donuts?
But no, that commercial. There was a few others that I couldn't quite remember. I'll say this: I was glad that there was only maybe what felt like 3 or 4 trying to pull at the heartstrings.
Yeah, the Anheuser-Busch or the Clydesdale.
Yeah,
and surprise, it's a eagle. It's a freaking eagle that he saved. America.
Oh, I did like the one when the what is it, the wife and mom is stuck in the elevator and they're like trying to get her out, and the husband's like, she's like stuck, like crunched, but they keep like looking up like it was basically for like an app that you could like see what your kid's up to, kind of.
Okay.
And they're just like, well, did he get home safely? And they're like, yeah, he did. And then the wife is like about to like collapse, like the elevator like drops, and she's like, but what about the dog? And the husband's like, oh, Billy's actually walking the dog right now. And they're like, we're great parents. You know, like,
Mr. and Mrs. Right have been on the John with this one.
I thought it was just pretty funny.
I mean, like, nostalgia. It's like, I love the Pepsi trying to bring back the Cola Wars. Did you see the Pepsi commercial? They were doing the blind taste test. You remember the blind taste test?
Oh, I didn't see this one then.
But it was the Coca-Cola polar bear doing the blind taste test, and he picks Pepsi.
Oh, sugar. I saw like the end of that.
And he's having like an identity crisis. He's like, oh my god! And then they riffed on the whole Coldplay. Remember the couple they got caught at the Coldplay?
Yeah. That's what that was.
Yes,
I missed the beginning of it. Yeah, I saw him with the thing. I was like, wait. Isn't the polar bear Coke?
Yeah.
Did I get it wrong?
Yeah,
is it
no,
Pepsi?
it's Coke. Yeah, and they're bringing it up. So I like that nostalgia because I remember the Cola Wars.
Yeah.
I remember being part of the taste test.
It was huge.
Shout out to HFS really quickly. Like there was one where Jimbo and I were at it one, and Pepsi was loaded up, and they were giving away the taste test. And Jimbo and I were quite the soda drinkers back in high school. We would know which one was which in a heartbeat, and we would purposefully say, oh, I like this one better when we knew it was Pepsi, because it was a Pepsi stand, and we get gifts if we picked right. So we just kept going back. It's like, oh, fake mustache. Hey, what's this, Pepsi? Oh, I'll have to give that a try.
I'm convinced they taste the same.
What? No, they taste different. You're crazy. Stick to your Poppy or your Olipop or your Liquid Death. Or whatever.
I had a new Olipop flavor for everyone out there. I can keep everyone up to date with energy drinks and Olipop's Shirley Temple flavor.
Shirley Temple?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that like cherry Sprite?
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Okay.
They've got so many. I mean, they've got a banana one that's actually good.
Ooh, banana?
Yeah.
Now you're speaking my language.
I know, right?
All right, well, we had the big game, but there are other big celebrations in the NFL. They all cram it in all at once. They had the NFL honors. Any of those winners surprise you at all?
I was actually surprised it was closer for the MVP.
Really? You thought Stafford would just run away with it?
The MVP is kind of weird, and I think there's a lot of like lazy voters out there. I mean, when we saw like Joel Embiid just kind of get an MVP because people were tired of Jokic winning, even though Embiid had worse numbers than other years that he lost, and Jokic had better numbers, but you just got like fatigued. I think they kind of, honestly, I love them, but I think they kind of gave it to Josh Allen last year over Lamar.
Just because they got that fatigue.
Like, I think there's a little bit of how do you probably cover the NFL and not like Matthew Stafford?
He seems like a stand-up guy.
And he's
easy to root for.
And he's won a Super Bowl. I mean, he did great in Detroit. It's just, I think you kind of feel like
was this his first MVP?
One.
He never had one before?
He never had one.
Right.
So I felt like that was going to be the driving force. And then, I mean, Drake May, I mean, he deserved one. I mean, after that performance on Sunday.
Well, luckily that didn't get counted. So.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I thought it actually would be a little bit higher for Stafford. But I don't know. Were you okay with Stafford winning?
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah. I mean, the performance that he was able to create is phenomenal. And I think, again, you talked about strength of schedule. I feel like the voters started to have that kind of consideration. But it was super close. Closest in, 20 years or something like that?
But it was also but you could have also seen, but then why? Because last year they gave it to Josh Allen because they're like, well, Lamar Jackson had Derrick Henry, and who did Josh Allen have?
No, that's just their excuse. You hit the nail on the head. No. They did it because of fatigue. They're like, we can't give it to Lamar again. And I feel like, and here's the thing, and I feel like they would have been happy to give it to Lamar if he won a freaking Super Bowl. He's not winning a Super Bowl, and I'm sorry, I know that that's not supposed to be a qualifier for voters, but it's in the back of their head. It's like, is this guy really an MVP if he can never get him there? He never gets into a freaking Super Bowl? Like, come on.
Yeah.
And Drake May, he's got the other thing is, and again, this is me being very biased. I never admit it as a voter, but I'd be like, okay, Drake May's young. This might be Stafford's last chance at one.
Yeah.
Drake May's got a whole career ahead of him, so let's give it to Stafford, the old guy. Because, I mean, if you look at the stats and you look at the records, pretty comparable. So pick your poison if you want.
I will say for those Patriots fans out there, though, they're probably disappointed that Drake May, and they're going to say it was like an anti-Patriots thing.
Shut up.
Well, real quick, so when we talked about Belichick not getting the Hall of Fame, you wanted to just say, well, 6 Super Bowls. Okay. Well, Sam Darnold and Bo Nix had just as many wins, and Bo Nix was the 1 seed. So Bo Nix is the MVP. If you want to look at stats, Matthew Stafford. But then lastly, your head coach and your offensive coordinator both won awards for what they are. So maybe it was them that made you half as good. So maybe you really didn't deserve to get that MVP, and it was probably closer than it should have been.
Man, it only took you, 30 minutes in to drag the Patriots, 32 minutes.
I was trying to be so nice, Todd. I'm sorry.
You're just dragging them through the mud. You wasn't enough. Kicking them while they're down. They lost the Super Bowl in an embarrassing fashion, and then you got to drag any kind of performances. Any other, I mean, JSN winning OVP, I mean, Offensive Player of the Year, that's not a shock. Myles Garrett, he just broke the single-season sack record. That's not a shock. Christian McCaffrey getting Comeback Player of the Year, shocker. Gets that every other year.
Yeah.
Every other year. He kills himself, and then he comes back and has an all-pro season.
Vegas put it in the books, or bet on it now, everybody. 2027, Christian McCaffrey, Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, and can you bet on when the guy gets hurt? Week 2, he's out. But can we stop calling it the MVP and just call it the quarterback VP or whatever you want to? It never goes to anybody but a quarterback. Ever.
That's almost what just makes it crazy. Because it's so subjective to how you want to look at the award. I mean, some guy voted for Justin Herbert because they're like, did you see the offensive line he had? Did you see the team he had around him? And he still got them to the playoffs. It's like, if you want to look at it that way, I guess, but
guarantee that voter works for the San Diego
There's
Tribune.
No way. I mean, of course.
Or is Madison Beer a voter? Can she vote?
She should have whatever she wants.
Wow. She does. His name's Justin Herbert.
I forget what song I was listening to. This catchy song came on, and I was like, oh, this is a really good song. Like, let me make a note and maybe, download it or something. And then I found out, yeah, she's in the song. I was like, man, girl just speaks my language.
Yeah, she's in the slideshow.
Yep.
Yeah. But, I mean, that is kind of a surprising vote. I mean, it's almost like a consolation. It's like, you got beat the crap out of, and we know you're a talent, so here's a little a little gimme MVP vote. You can put that on your.
But you got to take this thing seriously.
I know
some of these votes.
I mean, like we talk about how close it was. That vote could have been the difference.
It absolutely could. It would have been.
Yeah. So it's like if you just stop goofing around with your pick. Just because you want to, hey, that was my pick. Yeah, I'm in the news. Hooray.
But I do hate how they do an offensive player of the year because nobody really pays attention to that. But the MVP, they do. So all these receivers, running backs, it's like, so you're saying...
Well, it's a consolation prize.
Yeah.
It's like the only reason they have the offensive player of the year is because they know it's going to, the MVP is going to a quarterback, and they're like, well, we got to get something for the skills guys. They're putting their lives on the line every freaking play.
They make a third of the money. They play half the career of these quarterbacks. So let's give them something. While the quarterback gets all the glory with the MVP award.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid. But talk about glory and glorious people. I mean, like, you got something in here about Steven Spielberg, one of the most glorious directors of all time.
I do.
What's going on here? Well, what do you got for me? You're speaking my language.
I know. Everyone seems to love the movie Guru.
Yep.
They love you. They hate me.
Yep.
So it's a weird mix.
No, it's an acquired taste. You are.
Thank you. But no, the man came out. I think he's promoting a movie that he's about to come out with, I think.
Yes, he is.
Can we real quick, did you see the commercial for that Brad Pitt movie?
Yeah, it's a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It looked very familiar.
It's the Cliff Booth sequel.
Okay.
Very excited.
That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
It might be the first movie I see in theaters in like a decade.
And it's a Netflix movie, and you're going to go out. You could see it at home.
Oh, it's Netflix, okay.
But they'll do a release. They're going to put it in the theaters. So when you know it's going to be available for you like a week after it's released, are you still going to make it to the theaters for it?
No.
I knew you wouldn't.
Okay, but I'll have it on my to watch like as soon as possible.
Believe me, Movie Guru, this has been on his radar. Quentin Tarantino, one of my favorite directors, handing the torch for the sequel over to David Fincher, another one of my favorite directors.
Ooh, did one of the movies I think I have in my top.
Ooh, we might have. Well, let's gotta get there.
But anyway, Mr. Spielberg
came
out with what he thinks is the greatest movie of all time.
I actually know this story because I am the Movie Guru. You know what he was doing it for, right? He was giving an award to the director, Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, okay.
And that's why he was just singing his praises. But I'm jumping ahead, please. Okay. This is yours. Go ahead, please. I'm trying to build you up as the apprentice to the guru.
This is why you do the intros to our
Grasshopper. Let's go. Come on, Grasshopper.
But Steven Spielberg was put on the spot, and he gave the answer of what he thinks the greatest movie of all time is, and it's The Godfather, the first one.
Godfather, yeah.
And I think that's in a lot of people's, top 10, we'll just be generous. I think it's in there. But the first thing that came to mind was, good movie, but what does the Movie Guru think?
So I can agree with I can agree with what Steven Spielberg was trying to say. That movie changed how directors decided to make movies, and it impacted movies for the next 40, 50 years. Okay. So yes, I can give it to him that it's the most impactful movie of all time. The greatest movie, that's subjective. I don't know if I can put it as the greatest movie. I grade greatest movie by rewatchability. When it's on, am I going to have to sit down and watch? And The Godfather, you kind of have to invest in it. It's like you can't jump in halfway through.
It's way too long.
Unless you get in the part and say, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. And they're like, okay, I got to sit down for this part. Horsehead in the freaking bed, all that good stuff. Al Pacino's great.
Yeah.
James Caan's great. But I don't know if I could put it as the greatest of all time because I see it and I'm okay continuing about my day and not having to sit down and watch it. But I can understand where he's coming from, that it was an impactful movie and it changed the game.
Okay.
And it really gave a lot of people, and it probably gave Spielberg some, vigor to make movies of his own. So it's got a sentimentality for him. So I'll give him that.
Okay.
But I wouldn't put it as the greatest of all time. So I know what your follow-up question is going to be.
What are your greatest movies?
Now this is an impossible ask of the Movie Guru.
Now, before we start, I typically kind of go first. Do you want to go that route?
Yes, I do, because I want to poo-poo your stuff before. Do you have, how many do you have here? Because I can't pick just one. You forced me to pick 5, so I'm going to pick 5 just off the top of my head. This top 5 could change, all 5 of them, next week.
It's true. I have like a list of quite a bit, and I think I'll give. I like hearing when you give your like reasons why. I think it's pretty apparent that my knowledge in all this is not great, and I don't really think people would take what I say super serious.
I take it seriously.
Quasi.
Super ethereal.
But so I'll maybe I'll name like a few more, but I won't get into too many of them. And then there's a couple that I don't know, maybe could be like a little surprising, but I think are really good movies.
Okay, well, and that's all that matters.
But I think one that comes to mind. I think one of the ones that, and some of them I picked because I think they have like that moment in there where you're just like, oh, didn't see that coming. And no, The Sixth Sense isn't in there because I didn't see it, but I know what happens. But I think, and this isn't in any order, but The Usual Suspects.
Ooh, okay.
Like Kevin Spacey at the end, and he's using the whole board in the story. I was like, whoa. And I thought it was just like it was a great
twist.
Yeah, it was a great twist.
Great twist.
Really did like that. Another one that comes to mind, like, not that it was like a great twist, but just at the end, how it kind of ended up saving Ethan Hawke. Training Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
I'm not gonna poo-poo your pick so far. Great performances in both of those.
I do love Denzel Washington.
Who doesn't?
Oh, what is
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yeah, and then when he's just like in like the crowd of all the ghetto, and he's just like, someone put this guy down, shoot him, and no one does it or anything, and it's just like, damn, like
that was.
They all turned.
I think that was your first introduction to Terry Crews.
Probably.
Yeah.
That or like my next favorite movie, The Longest Yard, with Terry Crews. No, I'm just kidding. I
was like, okay, we just went off a cliff here. It's
Adam Sandler, Burt Reynolds,
Chris
classic.
Rock. Yes. Yeah. Nelly. All right, let's stop giving The Longest Yard a lot of credit.
It's a good movie. The next one I think I really like. I like both the first and second, The Dark Knights.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I thought the second, the Joker one is, I think, by far the best. I like the first one, the origin story.
Batman Begins
was good.
Underappreciated Batman.
I think Begins. So. I think it was.
Christopher Nolan really. I mean, like he'd done a few movies like Memento.
Yeah.
That really kind of started to kind of build him up, but those movies put him on a next level and allowed him to kind of spread his wings.
No,
you could argue that Batman Begins is not only Batman's origin story, it's Christopher Nolan's origin story.
I'm not going to go that far.
Okay, fine.
Christopher Nolan. One that you might have on there, which now I'm not thinking maybe is a David Fincher film, but Fight Club.
Fight Club is a David Fincher. Way to go! Look at you, my little grasshopper.
A little twist at the end.
Fight Club, little twist. That's a big twist. Love that movie. Great movie, Fight Club. Fantastic.
And then probably one that I think is one of those that I think I can't not ever forget. And it just sticks with me, and I do, it's good in its own way. Requiem for a Dream.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky. Okay.
Yeah.
That also made Black
Swan.
There you go.
That's a good movie too. I like that movie. That's a really good movie.
I know what part you like. Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis.
How could you not?
Oh my goodness.
That was. I'll get into one day. We'll talk, but I'm kind of over I did 8 hours of ballet for like 8 months and give her the Oscar. She did a great performance, but I'm tired of I lost, I got myself down to 90 pounds for The Machinist. And it's like, dude,
you lost weight. That's not acting. I know how you feel.
Good for you. Good for you, Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. Like, okay, you get a good performance, but just because you lost the weight, does that put you over top of somebody else?
Yeah,
we'll get into that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
But obviously, then too, Jaws is on there.
I knew you were going to put Jaws on there. It's like, it's Jaws rules. Come on, we got to put Jaws on there.
And Die Hard and Pulp Fiction.
Okay, wow, you put a lot on there. I thought you were going to do 5. You did like 8 or 10 there.
I didn't dive into them too much. And I like Shawshank Redemption.
I mean, that's everybody's cult classic favorite.
I think it's because like the moment when the guy that can get Andy Dufresne off of everything, and the warden has him killed, and you're just like, what the hell, man? Like, and then he kind of changes from there. But yeah, really good movie. Those are, I think, like 10 or I probably did about like 10 that I really kind of thought I really always like. And if they're on, I don't think I'd watch Jaws. It's a long movie.
Yeah.
And there's not but so much that goes on in it. But the other ones, there's Training Day's on. I'm watching that bad boy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I think that's really what it comes down to. It's like we're not as much as I am the movie guru. We're not movie savants. We're not looking at the movement, and it's the stuff that they didn't do, and it's the way that they frame the shot, and it's the cinematography.
It's like, out of here.
It's like we just like, if it's something that like I will get sucked into no matter what I'm doing.
The Longest Yard.
Stop.
The Equalizer.
Stop. That's not like you were doing so good.
I know.
You were doing so good.
I couldn't help myself.
I know. Die Hard I feel like Die Hard kind of runs into the guilty pleasure. It's not a great movie. It's an entertaining movie.
Very entertaining movie.
But I'm not going to put it as one of the greatest.
Isn't it almost like most guys...
That's the other thing. I'd
dream of like being able to be the solo hero in a building, and you like rescue and shoot a bunch of people.
Yeah, here's the starter pack of like the douchey guy like favorite movies. It's Die Hard.
Yep.
It's Scarface.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, what was it? It was like every time they did MTV Cribs, it was like every single celebrity had to have.
I had the Scarface poster, big deal.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'll dive in. It's impossible for me to put 5, so I kind of broke them down by in different categories. Not different categories, but there's a singular category.
Okay.
And I picked some of my favorite movies by some of my favorite directors. Since we're talking about directors, Steven Spielberg, right? So let's start with Steven Spielberg, Saving Private Ryan. It's always got to be at the top of the list. Incredible movie. I'll stop what I'm doing at any moment and watch that movie. It was just so powerful, so intense. And then from a sentimentality point, E.T. Come on, E.T. was fantastic. How can you not love the extraterrestrial?
I didn't really see. He creeped. I had nightmares. I had nightmares of him and what is it, like Ernest's Halloween, like the Gremlins. Those things freaked the F out of me.
Ernest?
Remember like Ernest goes
Yes, I know. Yes.
But those gremlins that were in there.
Oh, my God. So you didn't like Gremlins either, then?
I will never watch that movie.
You've never seen Gremlins?
No!
What?
I just told you that I got freaked out in the Ernest movie. And you think I'm going to watch... No.
He's so cute, and then he looks so bad. But yeah, so Saving Private Ryan and E.T. Obviously takes a cake from me with Spielberg. Next up, Scorsese. Goodfellas is a must-watch for me. If it's on, I gotta stop what I'm doing. I gotta watch Goodfellas. And the one that everybody sleeps on, because I feel like it kind of came behind Goodfellas, and people just don't give it enough credit. I love Casino.
I knew you were gonna say.
I love Casino.
That is a good movie too. I love Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci's great.
Man, when you can be like 5'5" and be feared by
menacing,
everybody.
Yeah. Short kings unite, right? Yeah. That's why you love them.
There's hope for me. And
I had David Fincher on there too. Fight Club was on there, but I'll go another one level. Like I almost put this above Fight Club. Is 7. If 7 comes on, man, I love that movie. It's so just horrific.
I was at work. And they were talking about something. I was talking to people up at like our customer service desk.
I know where you're going with this.
And they only know the movie because of the what's in the box.
There you go, yeah.
Don't know who's in it.
Nope.
Don't know anything else about it. And I just had to sit there, and I know I was just aging myself, but I was like, you have to watch that movie.
Yeah, so you can't. That's a rule. You cannot quote the movie if you haven't seen the freaking movie. Stop it. You will lose your movie card. I will come as the movie guru and take it away from you.
As you should. Even I was taking away their movie
Big
card.
Spoiler in that one. And it also has, I'm not going to spoil it because I feel like everybody's had to seen this movie by now. It's been around for freaking 30 years. But, I mean, the surprise ending from a guy that was in one of yours.
Beautiful Mind?
No, man. You put Usual Suspects in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's same guy. Big twist. Great ending. John Doe's got the upper hand. No? Never mind.
You tell me what the...
7. All right, we're getting off track here. But I got 7 in Fight Club, David Fincher. I love him as a director. Social Network was incredible.
Oh.
You gotta love that. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the one with Daniel Craig.
That was good.
Great movie. Yeah. He's just a phenomenal director. I want him to put out more stuff. But it's always very gritty, right?
Yeah.
His movies are very gritty. Next up, Christopher Nolan. It's like I could have put Dark Knight Rise or Dark Knight on there. I mean,
you're gonna do Inception, aren't you?
I'm not gonna do Inception. I'm gonna do Interstellar. Loved Interstellar.
Okay.
I thought that was and Memento. Like C-Bear and I go way back, and we love Memento. I remember we watched it in our like psych class, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, "Who's this director? Who made this movie? This thing's fantastic." If you haven't given Memento a watch, it's fantastic.
I have not seen it.
It's got Joe Pantoliano in it. You know who Joey Pants is?
Sounds like a made-up name.
Oh, he was in The Sopranos.
Sounds all right.
And let me see. How can I phrase this? He was the captain in Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2 for Will Smith and
that
Marlon
guy.
Lewis.
Yeah.
That's Joey Pants.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, see, there you go. Now you got to go watch Memento.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson, he just came out with the movie with Leo. Came out this year. One battle after another.
Oh, okay.
Haven't seen it yet, but I hear amazing things. He did The Master with Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman. Doesn't ring a bell.
But
the movie I'm talking to is There Will Be Blood. I have to put a Daniel Day-Lewis movie in my tops, and that was a masterclass that he performed on There Will Be Blood. I could watch that, and I could watch him read the phone book.
Pay money to see it.
That's right, I would. That's right. And then last, I got to put Quentin Tarantino in there, and it's hard to choose from that catalog that he has. I mean, you could go Kill Bill, you could go Django Unchained. What's too bloody for you? Kill Bill or Kill Bill 2?
Too boring for me.
Oh, really? All right. Reservoir Dogs really kind of put him on the map. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I got to go with the one that really kind of put him up there. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
One of the greatest. And then one of my more recent, I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I need to watch that. But Inglourious Basterds, watching Brad Pitt kind of just talking that country, like southern drawl, it's like, it gets me every time. The scene where they're in the basement bar in Inglourious Basterds, God, it's just white knuckle the whole time. So that's the quintessential list, at least for this week. You ask me again next week, it's going to change, and that just ate up so much freaking time. I couldn't help myself. You get me on the movie train, toot. Next stop is 30 minutes later. Yeah, minimum.
Well, I do want to say this though, real quick.
Okay.
I want to say because there's first question, Brad Pitt's accent and voice in Inglourious Basterds, or him as a pikey in Snatch?
That's tough.
I thought that was great.
We didn't even include Guy Ritchie. Snatch is a great movie.
And then Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yes. Look at you.
I've only seen those movies like 5,000 times.
I don't know. Probably the Snatch. It's just so great. You can barely understand.
I know.
Guys. Like, you like dags?
You like dags?
Dags. Not dogs. Yeah, I like dogs.
Yeah, you titwomp.
It's got your boy Jason Statham in it. That's a terrible Jason Statham. I got to work on that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so many good movies, and we could go over this, and we'll go over it again. I'm sure that we'll get some emails about, what we got right, that we're just hot on fire, and then we were icy cold on. But I got to ask you, man, I can't help it, but it's been now a week since you did the cold plunge.
Yep.
Talk about the icy cold, the depths. I told you, I think it was yesterday, I was like, hey, just for you, Super Bowl Sunday, I went in, I did a full 8 minutes at 31 degrees, and it just, euphoric. I just absolutely loved it. But how you feeling a week after? Have you warmed up to the cold plunge at all?
Only from my hamstring and Achilles have never felt better. And I told my wife that, and she was like, we should maybe look into getting one.
Oh, J-Bear with a cold plunge?
Not for what you're looking to get it. Like, you want
just rehab.
Yeah, I'm rehabbing over here. Like, I want to be able to, run a half, marathon one day and then just be able to get in the cold plunge and not feel like my Achilles is going to snap every step for, a week. So I'm looking into it, though.
All right, man. I cannot recommend it enough. This is, you hear it first, you get addicted. You see the healing
it's true.
Features
For
of
that
the cold
part,
plunge.
Yes. I mean, you see all the athletes that jump in the ice water, to lower the inflammation. So, yes. I don't think I'll ever get up. If I'm perfectly healthy and nothing's hurting, I'm not setting foot in that cold plunge.
What if it's a hot day?
Maybe. I'll try it and I'll see how I feel.
Want a hot run, you're like, I'm going to just go.
Well, also, I won't have it at 30 degrees. So if it's in the 40s, it probably won't feel awful.
50 is a sweet spot. 50, I said, it's like I almost took a nap in there.
It's a 20-degree difference. Yes, I think I could maybe do 50.
There you go. Yeah, man.
But if I really want to, help out my limbs and my joints, I'll put it down to 30. If I have to.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to go that far.
No, 35, 36.
Okay, look at you. I'm making a believer, man. Cold plunge. Again, open invitation to any of the buddies in the area, man.
Would love to see some of them try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially now. It was like 8 degrees.
You know, I gotta. You know how Will Billy continues to try and have me join his cult, his CrossFit cult.
Yes.
So he's like, "Hey, it's Bring a Friend Friday. Bring a Friend Friday." I was like, "I'll tell you what. You come in here and you do the cold plunge for 10 minutes. I give him 10 minutes, but it's got but I give him 50 degrees. Okay. 50 degrees, 10 minutes, and I will go to one of your stupid Bring a Friend CrossFit.
They're great workouts. But I think if you got in there and you're a little, some of your joints are aching a little bit, I think you'd be a believer in it too.
Believe it.
Yeah.
Believe it. It has healing powers.
It does. It was good. Yeah, he offered me the same thing. I actually was working, but I do when I kind of get back and feeling a little bit better, because I went to like the gym for the first time in like a couple months, and I did like, I don't know, 4 exercises, and everything hurts. So I got to build up like a good base before getting into that functional fitness.
Well, it's just like, I mean, like, even when I'm at the gym, I'm like, don't look at me, just let me work out. And it's like the complete opposite. Everybody's looking at you. It was like, come on, you do it. It's like, I don't need you cheering me on. Just let me do my workout and leave me alone. That's why I got my home gym. I don't need it.
You really don't like people.
I hate people. Can't stand people.
They're the worst.
They're the worst. That's one of the main things my wife and I have in common. We on the weekend we went to there was a Lunar New Year exhibit at the Fine Arts Museum.
Yeah, okay.
And we took the kids.
Nice.
Because they had like little fun interactive things. You see those little lion masks right there? They made those at the Lunar exhibit. You see them?
Oh, very cool. Right there?
Yeah. So they got to see that. They got to see some kung fu.
Nice.
They got to make a few other little take-home little goodies. But my wife and I was like, this is our good deed for the day. There's too many freaking people. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to walk. Nobody knows how to get out of the freaking way. Everybody's coughing with their freaking mouths open.
That's the worst part.
It's like I'm standing 2 feet away from you. Cover your mouth.
Nobody has any pride or shame anymore.
So many sweatpants out there. So many sweatpants.
Polos? Anyone have
No.
polos?
I was like, oh my God. Sevko was just way ahead of the trend. He was 10, 15 years ahead of the trend. No polos and sweatpants. Nobody's caught the fever yet. We'll see. Maybe it's just you're ahead of your time. Fashion's cyclical. We talked about this.
40 years later. Yeah.
But yeah, that was our big to do, and of course the Super Bowl. You get anything? I think you're playing the Bachelor life right now. Is that right?
I am. Today is day 1.
Oh my God, do you miss her already?
I do, but it's mostly because of our little dog. Oh. She's struggling right now.
Day 1, she's already struggling.
Yeah, usually. So I'll make it like really quick. We rescued this dachshund. She came from a puppy mill. Turns out when we went to go meet her for the first time, she ran away from me. She wouldn't come out to play with anybody, but melted in my wife's arms, and it was too cute to pass up.
That's all that matters.
She
digs the mama.
After 3 weeks, tried to attack me. I think for the first 8 months, I couldn't pet her. For the 6 months, I had to walk backwards around her to show that I'm not a threat. So I'm walking down the stairs backwards. Everywhere I go.
Contact? Don't make eye contact.
No, I don't make eye contact with her for like 6 months.
You like cower. You like have your head tilted down.
Yes. Yes, it's been quite a battle. I literally will be upstairs putting my like jeans on with my belt, and the belt will like make a sound, and she goes ballistic. So obviously men really weren't good to her.
No, obviously.
So my wife has to leave every year for a work conference, and it's just one time I let her out thinking she'd go to the bathroom and come back in. She stayed out there, wouldn't come back in, showed me the teeth. Like, that memory will be burned in my brain forever. I was like, oh my God, this dog. And then I finally got her in by throwing a towel over her and picking her up with like 2 hands, and she's squirming and growling, and I just throw her inside. But no, she just, You
didn't coax her with treats. You're like, I got a treat.
Man, I'm telling you, when my wife leaves, it is just night and day. That dog is like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what bad things you're going to do to me. So she just like hides, and she just kind of will start, she'll maybe pee on the pee pads, maybe not. Won't eat for like 2 days. Won't drink water for a day.
So are you terrified? It's like a week. You're like, your best case scenario is like, I just need this dog to survive.
Yes.
I need this dog to live. I can't let this dog die on my watch.
I'm trying to. I one time had like 3 different water bowls all over the place because
I'm pick one.
I'm like because I sleep downstairs with her, and I kind of just let her do whatever she wants. I mean, she's gonna pee on the carpet, whatever. It's a small dog. It's not but so much. Yeah. But but I can always I always hear her if she gets up and tries to do something. So I'm always listening, and I don't hear the lick lick lick. I'm like, it's been 30 hours. Is she trying to kill herself?
To hydrate. Yes.
What is going on? It's always something. And then today, usually I take the first 2 days off when my wife leaves and kind of ease into it so that at least she knows I'm there and she's not alone. But I had to go to work today and tomorrow, so I took off Wednesday and Thursday. And yeah, she tore her little playpen up the second we left this morning. I think she might have hurt her paw a little bit.
Oh my God.
She just... she didn't want me to pick her up to put her in to come over here to this podcast. She moved one of her little house that she can lay in. She moved it towards, and so she could hide behind, so I couldn't see her. I'm like, oh my God.
She's like, you can't see me. This is perfect.
It's a nice to having The Bachelor, and I can make whatever I want.
Yeah, stay up as late as you want. Yeah, but party at Semco's with the most scaredy dog of all time.
But I was like, you know what? Maybe you could have come over.
Yeah.
No, she'd come right after you. She'd bark.
She'd bark. Would she give me the teeth?
Probably not the teeth.
I am the dog whisperer.
Okay, look.
I would have.
No offense, but every time I tell the story with Joanna, that's the dog's name, and everyone says, I'm good with dogs. It'll be fine.
You're like, no.
My dad did the same thing, and he's just like, I'm usually really good with dogs. She just, she doesn't bite him, but she just barks and growls and runs up to him and rah, 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 and won't let him do anything with her. Let him, she'll eat something off of his hand, but yeah, he ain't making no friends with her anytime soon.
See, that's when you got to play aloof. You're like, I don't even want to be friends with you. You know what? Fine. Bark, bark, bark. Bark right back. No,
that would have been fun.
It's like, oh shit, he speaks my language.
And then she would have cowered into a corner.
That's right.
Never would have seen her again.
I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha.
And you never came to my house again.
I'd be never to be invited again. Well, it sounds like you wouldn't trade the life though, as much as you wouldn't trade life without the pup.
I love her.
Still love her to guess. Some NBA teams, they didn't feel the same way because it was the trade deadline.
It was.
And shocker, guys. Hope you're sitting down for this. We are talking NBA.
Yeah, we are.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Football's over. We got to get into a new sport.
We got to fill the gap. We got to get to this 2.5 hours.
Down.
I'm just joking. We've heard your calls that you've been very generously saying, we like hearing you, but that's a long episode.
Yeah.
So, we will keep it a little bit brief. That's why we squeezed in a little NBA, because we were like, we can only talk about this for so much.
And honestly, there wasn't but so much that really went on at the deadline.
Wizards were busy.
They're the busiest team of the year.
I don't understand it.
Are you ready for a Trae Young, Anthony Davis squad next year?
I don't understand what the end game is here. I really don't. It's every time I think I have it figured out, they come out and they say something different. They're like it first came out, it's Anthony Davis shut down rest of the year. He's not playing. And then the GM's like, no, he's playing. And I'm like, oh, what are we doing here? What's the game plan? Are we trading them? I've heard that we're going to trade them next year when they're fully healed and we can get more picks out of them. I've heard that no, we're going to sit them and rest them, and then we're going to sign them both for long-term deals, and then we're going to build around them with the young guys. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense either. I don't know what we're doing here.
The NBA is the craziest. It's like a cartel. Literally, the Wizards, the Hawks didn't want Trae Young anymore because they've got other pieces they want to build around. The Mavericks didn't want Anthony Davis because they got Cooper Flagg and want to build around him. So they basically find teams like the Wizards that will just basically take these guys for them. I'd be like, oh, you have Trae Young and you don't want him? Well, good. Then you're going to suck, so I have a chance at getting better than you. Same with, why would you want Anthony Davis? He gets hurt all the time.
All the time.
But it's just, these teams do this all the time where they just seemingly will take guys that they have possibly no intention of ever really having on the team.
No.
To literally, you helped out the Hawks and you massively helped out the Mavericks.
Well, and another guy that we got in the Anthony Davis trade was D'Angelo Russell, and he's already said, I'm not playing for you. And they're like, well, we'll find the best fit for him. And when they say that, they mean we'll find a trade partner for you. Or we'll find a way to get rid of you. And it's like, that's just an agreed upon
it's so
regularity.
Weird.
It's just like, we got you in the trade, but I know you're not going to play with us. You know you're not going to play for us. And we don't care.
I think Chris Paul did that. Didn't they? He get traded there technically, and then they released him. Mike Bibby, I just read something where he turned down an extra $6 million, and it was like, keep the money. I don't want to play for your franchise.
I'm sorry. That just shows you how much money is in the NBA. It's like you could have just been riding the pine the whole year and collecting your $6 million.
Well, I mean, in that way, I do kind of give Paul and Bibby a little bit of credit because Bibby was on those Sacramento Kings teams that got so close. I think he
never got there.
I think he wanted to win, and he's like, I'm not going to this hellhole.
What do you remember? What team you went to that was the hellhole?
Who, Bibby?
Yeah, that he said no thanks, but no.
That was the Wizards. Oh. Yeah, it was the Wizards.
Oh, no.
He's like, no, they got traded there, and he's like, oh, I'm not playing there.
That's right.
Yeah, I think he went to the Hawks when the Hawks were okay.
At least Westbrook played for us.
He did. He was great.
Yeah, and he got a new deal out of it. See, baby, if you just played ball, quite literally, you could have made a bigger cash and gone to a competitor right there.
Yeah.
The reason I asked is that, and we're going to go with the trade deadline. Did you see the recent? I'm not going to name the podcast because how dare they? I'm not going to rename another podcast. But Darko Milicic, you remember Darko?
Yes.
He came on a podcast and he was talking about his trials and tribulations in the league. And it came up. I don't know how it came up, but his agent was like, hey, we've got an offer. And Darko pretty much said, anywhere but Memphis.
I was going to bring this up too.
Oh, man. It was just simpatico today. Anywhere but Memphis. He's like, that place is a dump.
Yes.
I don't want to go. And the agent came back and said, it's Memphis. And it's only Memphis. You got to go.
I felt so bad for him because you were the number 2 pick. There was Wade, Bosch, and Anthony taken after you. He finally was carving out a career in Orlando.
Yeah.
And that can lead us, we can talk some other time about players having power and all of this because it's like, you just got yourself settled, and they sent you to the one place you didn't want to go to, and you had no say in it.
No say.
And it's like sometimes that's why it's like, Kevin Durant. It's like if you want to go play in Golden State, and you've got the opportunity, and you've got the power to make it happen, maybe it wasn't a bad decision. I don't know. We can get into that another day. But
I love that you went Durant because this was a perfect segue back into the trade deadline, and one of his best bosom buddies. Harden moves again. I mean, what is it? 5th team in 5 years?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
I think he's. I think it was one guy I was listening to. He's basically he's just a mercenary. He makes it known that he just wants to make as much money as possible. And since the Clippers. He wasn't going to sign because they couldn't come to a deal. He's like, I don't want to play with you. I'll go somewhere else, and maybe I'll sign there. But he really is just in it for the money.
I mean, it sure looks like that. I mean, he had his best opportunity was when he was with the Rockets, obviously.
Yeah.
But again, that's because it was his show. He was just ball hogging, just creating fouls and just leaning the guys, and he was just a point mercenary. So he just kind of flipped it. And it's like he's had the opportunity to play with some of the greatest in his generation. Greatest in his generation. You got to play with Embiid. You got to play with Durant 2 times.
I know.
Kyrie
Irving. He just decides that I don't really care. He got to play with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever actually played together. They both never play.
But
I would have thought that after all those misses in Houston. But I don't know. It's the ego. Since he's not going to be the guy anymore, he just wants to go where he can make the most money, which I just had to sit here and think, what are you doing with all your money that you feel like you need the extra $3 million per season?
It's almost just an ego thing, right? It's like I want to be one of the. I want to be known as one of the guys that got paid the absolute most in the NBA of all time. But half of those guys are going to just go bankrupt in 10 years out of the league. Like, this is your legacy now. Like, Harden, you like nobody's going to remember the MVPs. Nobody's going to remember the scoring titles or anything like that. They're just going to be that you couldn't sit still and you just kept hopping around and nothing ever worked. Like, you became the cancer, right? Like, again, you had the opportunity in Houston to be the guy that they build around, and then you could be hoisted upon their shoulders, get a statue, the whole nine.
I know.
But instead, you decided to tear it down. He's the one who made Dan Antonio, like, go to Houston, right? He's like, I want Dan Antonio. And then when that didn't work, he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
And then everywhere he goes, it's just like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work here. It doesn't work there. It doesn't work here. You're the problem, dude.
Yep.
That's your legacy. You're a team killer. I don't know if you think otherwise, if you think that this tarnishes the legacy, or if he's still going to, be able to sit on his laurels with the MVPs.
The only thing I'll give him is that Houston was the only team that legit tried to compete with the Golden State Warriors. Everyone else in the league literally was like, okay, in 2 years, what are we going to do? Because the Warriors are just going to win for like 3 straight years. So they tried, and and thank God it failed. But yeah, it's just these guys, they don't seemingly care about. LeBron James started it. He just kept moving around, claiming he like wants to win. But I don't know. You always feel better when you like stay in a place and actually have a team built around you, and then actually like win.
So you'd think so, but with LeBron, it's like they tried that with the Cavs for a while. They did. Before the decision, they tried that.
They did.
I don't know if you can say they tried very well, because the people they surrounded him in Cleveland,
it's true.
Not great.
That is like an asterisk. It's like Giannis, even though he didn't get traded, it's kind of, the guy's been there forever. He's asked them to try to build around him. They've tried, kind of, but it's just not working. Same with like Damian Lillard in Portland. Guy was there for like 11 or 12 years.
Poor Dame. I do feel for Dame.
Like, after a while, it's like, look, like, you're ready to start anew. I want to get my championship. And that's my opinion. I feel like if you've been at a place long enough and it's just not working out anymore, then like go somewhere else. But don't just after like 4 years just be like, you know what, I kind of want to just team up with this guy on this team, and I don't really want to, try to build a team and build a championship team here and kind of go through trials and tribulations and fight through anything. I just kind of want to team up with a bunch of guys and hope that we can win.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Speaking of trials and tribulations, man, we got to talk about Paul George.
God.
Because he just got popped for a 25-game suspension.
Yeah.
For what?
Mental health.
I'm so sensitive. All these millions of dollars are just...
Yeah, I know.
It's just too much.
Oh, my God, and I make so much from my podcast as well, and from all the stuff I do on social media as well. I had to take something to make myself feel better.
You know you can't do that.
It's also part of, okay, you don't have to do all these other things. I get tired of hearing of, everyone thinking they got to do like a million different things. It's kind of like, well, you're a professional basketball player. Maybe during the season you play basketball.
That's a novel idea.
And do everything.
Focus on your craft.
Focus on your craft. And then in the off season, if you want to be podcast P, then like go ahead and do it, or do whatever you want.
Is he just as successful as playoff P?
Actually, I think his podcast is pretty good.
Wow,
so
okay.
I think it's actually probably the pod.
Wow, all right.
Yeah. But I don't know. But now you're just kind of like using mental health, I think, to just kind of almost make people kind of like feel bad for you now. And kind of, that seems like a all-in-one word you can use. A crutch. Yeah. To kind of get out of jail free card.
Yeah. Mental health. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, leave him alone. He's really going through something.
Don't talk about that. It's mental health.
Like, dude, like what is so bad for you? You make time to have to do these things outside of the game, so obviously you're not doing but so bad.
He's Paul Fragile George.
Yeah. But yeah, that was you just can't get caught with that. You know exactly what you have to take, when you have to take it, or not when you have to take it, but you know when you're getting tested. And I think you just tried to skirt everything and think that you wouldn't get caught, but you were obviously taking something you knew you shouldn't have.
Because mental health has become this like untouchable discussion, right? It's like, don't joke about it, don't diminish it, And believe me, I'm very happy that mental health is being brought up as a conversation.
Yeah,
because a lot of people weigh on it. We see so many unnecessary suicides, both like from celebrities and otherwise.
Yeah,
that feel the weight. I mean, like rest in peace. I don't know if you heard Lil Jon's like son.
Yeah,
kind of committed himself. So it's like it is tragic when you see that kind of come up, but at the same time, when it's as frivolous as. And I know it sounds crazy, but frivolous is like professional sports.
Yeah.
It is frivolous. It's entertainment. And you're getting paid millions of dollars. It's like it feels, unless it's truly that, I don't think it's fair for you to use that, for lack of a better term, excuse.
Yeah. And I think what made me a little bit more like upset about it too is I feel like the last couple of Olympics, like Simone Biles and Michaela Schifrin, they almost seemingly were happy that they didn't perform well because they wanted to make like a point about, not that mental illness isn't important, but it seemed like they really would have rather them not have won gold in certain events because they wanted to make sure they let people know that
they're not robots. Beep boop bop.
Yeah.
I will do a triple backflip.
Yeah, and look, if Simone has what do they call it? Not the
twisties.
The twisties. Then yeah, please don't go out there. I mean, you'll seriously hurt yourself. But it sounds weird, but it just feels like every time they would talk, they wanted to make it a point of how it's like a mental health, and it's just, I mean, you didn't perform well because you probably maybe weren't in the right zone because you're letting a lot of outside things. All this affect you in a way, and it's just you wanted to be like at the foreground. You kind of, I think, did it for your own popularity and rise out of it. Then I think you're at the Olympics to compete, and I know we're going to get into another athlete that, and I think it's just, but you're there to compete and win a gold. And look, if people are out there saying, they probably say heinous things like, don't come back if you don't win a gold. Why would you take them seriously, though? Like, you're in it for yourself, and you should want to win that gold medal. And yes, like, if you try your best and try your hardest, any sane person would not be mad at you for losing. Like, those are all the lunatics that say that kind of stuff. But to kind of almost come out and be like, not wanting to almost go out and win so that you can stand on like the Mount Rushmore of like those athletes that were a huge proponent of this, it just felt like you didn't really want to give it the all. The Olympic Games are really about, and what you want to see these athletes every 4 years do, because it's every 4 freaking years.
Well, and it's like it's pressure laden, right? It's a pressure cooker. You're doing it. I can understand how you can let that weigh heavily on you, but it's kind of what you signed up for.
Yeah,
you know that this is going to be your moment, right? And I don't think there's any shock that with the rise of engagement of social media has also seen a rise in mental health struggles.
Doubt.
Like, so I'm sorry, nobody should have to go through this stuff. Like Amber Glenn, the young lady, they just won gold in the teams with the U.S. figure skating with the quad god.
The quad god.
She came out and said, after she came out and she got so much freaking hate. And it's just, and it's terrible to see, but at the same time, it's like, I will appreciate LeBron on this, because I remember when he was with the Heat for like the last 2 years, something like that. He made it a point of, after when the playoffs started, he shut his social media down.
He did.
He shut out the noise. And you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be like, I want to be present and live on social media, and then expect it to be all flowers and butterflies. Yes, I would love it if social media was nothing but accolades and support, and you're going to do great.
I know.
We're all rooting for you. But with all the just horrible trolls that are out there, they're out there. You got to tune it out. You got to shut it down and just eliminate the noise. There's already enough pressure on you that, yes, of course you're going to have struggles with mental health. Anybody would.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm sorry, but you have to compartmentalize in any way possible. If that means just shutting it all down, don't send me I don't even want to look at my phone. I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
Great. Do that.
You don't have to be on social media. You don't have to look at all that stuff.
Yeah, you choose to. And it's my brand. It's this, and that. If you had a good agent or a good publicist,
Yeah.
Use that as part of your brand. It's like, I'm so laser focused, I shut it all down.
That's the problem.
And it's and then you can do a countdown on your social media. It's like countdown to me coming back in 24 days and 24 minutes and 24 seconds and boop, boop, boop. And so, oh man, I can't wait to come back on social media after she was the gold. Like, build the anticipation. It doesn't take that much thought. See, I should be a publicist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Right? Just a countdown. I was like, oh man, it's almost time for her to put her first post up. I hope it's the gold medal.
And I think that's another problem is it's because it's Simone Biles and Michaela Schifrin. You already have the fan base, the money. You've got the accolades. First of all, like something you said, it's like, well, people would follow you when you go like win the gold or perform. Like if you're finished 17th every time, you're gonna lose a lot of people's interest. Like, unless you're just really, really good looking and flaunting that, because that's really the other part of social media.
But we're really, really good looking.
But it's
only time I'm going to quote that movie.
But it's just, that's the thing, is you come at it from like a higher, mightier than thou, because you've got everything already. What about some of these people that, like, winning a gold medal could get them, like, jump-started to get people to notice them, or are struggling and just are grasping at everything and have to, like, deal with that fight. And you're kind of just, I mean, I've got everything, and I got these high expectations, and social media doesn't like me. It's like, I don't feel bad for you either.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, especially because when you look at like the Johns and Toms and whatever, the people that are, you know, not getting the kind of pull you are, those Olympians, they do not get paid a lot of money to go to the Olympics. They get paid peanuts. A lot of these kids are still in school.
Yeah.
And what they're banking on is success that will lead to endorsements and will lead to more money down the road. You've got all that already.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talk about greed a lot, and we talk about it in the NBA because there's nothing but greed in the NBA. And I'm not saying it's greed. It's like you have put, and again, it's like when you focus on it for 3.5 years, I'm sorry, if it were me, and again, this is very easy to look at it from the outside looking in, but I'm not going to let anything distract me when the moment comes. Shut it down.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a good segue because, you know, we're talking about the Olympics. We're talking about Amber Glenn. Shout out to U.S. Figure skating, the teams.
Yeah.
Hitting the gold. I got to give a little bit of shout out to Spielberg. He was very salty at me for not talking about the quad guy. I didn't want to make it all about me.
When do you not want to make it all about you?
Every once in a while,
we biffed it a little bit.
I have a moment of humbleness. Eating that humble pie right next to the pumpkin pie. I love me some pumpkin pie. But yes, Ilya, the quad god, he is an alumni of my alma mater,
the alma mater,
George C. Marshall High School. He automatically jumps to the most famous alumnus next to Bigo of George C. Marshall. Move over Nick Sorensen. You know who Nick Sorensen is? He used to be
on the Redskins, Commanders.
Well, yeah, he went to Tech and he went pro.
He's a long snapper?
No, he was a DB.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay.
He was a DB.
Oh, he's a coach now, though.
He is.
Yeah.
He was defensive coordinator for the Niners, I think, last year until they got fired.
Right. Yeah.
Now he's like a special teams coordinator for.
Good for him, though.
I don't remember who.
Yeah.
But no, he was the most famous guy. He came back and actually coached our football team.
Really?
On the side. And also on the side, he started dating one of the high school girls. I'm not going to name who it is. But those that went to George C. Marshall, I think it's the worst kept secret in the world. I mean, he picked a looker. I mean, she was the smoke show of our class. So good on him.
Well, if he's going to do that, he might as well go for
big. Go big or go home. Yep. So shout out Nick Sorensen.
Shout out.
Hopefully he listened to the pod and he's like, oh no.
And we got canceled. Nick Sorensen.
I don't think Nick Sorensen has that kind of pull. But maybe, who knows. But yeah, going back to the Ilya and that team, I mean, he did, I think it was 5 quads
yep.
and a freaking backflip. First successful backflip in Olympic history. So he made history.
He did.
Already. In like day 2.
No, they're talking about he could go down as like the greatest male figure skater of all time.
I mean, he's got everything. He's got everything. He's got that Blades of Glory hair going and everything like that.
If he comes out as Jimmy like McElroy.
But we need a Will Ferrell type to compete. We just like in tennis. We need a 1 and 2.
I know,
a little back and forth.
Well,
sex on skates.
I mean, Yuma Kageyama from Japan,
Gesundheit.
he beat Ilya. Beat him pretty handily.
Yeah,
not really his event. I know he was like, skate.
And Ilya had come out and said, "Listen, like this is how we do it. I did it on purpose.
Yeah,
I slow roll it and I leave the big stuff for the end, and we still get to see his full routine."
I know. I'm getting a little. I'm not gonna lie though. He's been a little nervous, and I think when he saw Yuma score, it was like 108. And it was like a perfect score. And then he went out and only got like a 98. When you see him look at that score, he's like, whoa, like I'm that far away. I don't know, man. I think that's in his head.
No way.
I think it's in his head. He's fallen.
I think it would have if they didn't win gold. Because they came back and they won gold, I think his confidence is sky high again.
Yeah,
I think he's right back where he needs to be.
But Yuma's out there in that long skate.
Yeah, 310 to Yuma. It's a great movie. Are we talking about movies again?
No. Hold on. Russell Crowe.
Yes, and
I knew there was a second guy, but I don't know who it is.
Come on, we talked about his movie. It's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh, it is Batman.
Yeah, what's Batman's name?
He's in The Machinist.
Yes, you were talking about that too.
He's in Psycho. American Psycho,
yes, he is.
And I'm really trying to buy time.
I know, you're stalling.
Christian Bale.
There it is.
Yes.
All right, you made it. And then can you give me one more from 310 to Yuma?
No.
Yeah, Ben Foster.
Oh, you love him.
I love Ben Foster.
You do love you some Ben Foster.
I love Ben Foster.
That and your hatred for Dwayne Wade are some of the things from the earliest
just
memories.
Stick with you.
Yep.
They just kind of stick with you. Yeah, absolutely. But other big moments from the Olympics, obviously, we got to see. Italy is holding the throne pretty well.
They are
so far.
They are dominating.
They've got the medal count. I mean, a lot of silvers, a lot of bronze, just a few golds. But one of their first gold was pretty impressive in itself.
Francesca Lollobrigida. On her 35th birthday.
On her birthday.
Olympic record in the women's 3,000.
Yeah.
She looked real good.
I bet she did.
Setting that record.
Yeah, she did.
According to everyone in our chat.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on. I come back from the chat and I'm like, what happened? What event did I miss?
Yeah, speed skating, man.
Yeah, they got a little speedy themselves probably watching that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I mean, very cool, very cool. She had her son there. It's super cool to see. We talked about the moments of the Olympics, and those are the moments.
Yep.
After the fact, when we see the humanity of it, right? It's like, yes, we're rooting for the USA. Yes,
yeah,
we're competing against them, but just to see the humanity and how much it means to all of these Olympians to be able to represent their countries and to claim the greatest in the world at the sport that they live their life to compete at. I mean, that's what you live for.
And she almost quit. And one of the reasons why she did it was because she's like, I kept like letting down the Italian Olympic Federation or whatever. Yeah. She's just like, I just didn't think I could like get good enough to actually compete, and it was maybe time for someone else to try. But she stuck with it, and obviously then smashed her personal best and
Olympic record.
Yep,
what she did there,
which is weird. It's getting kind of weird because I think there's been 3 gold medals in like the speed skating.
Yeah,
and I think they've all been Olympic records.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're feeding them.
Yeah, I don't know either. Doping, maybe it's the suits that they're wearing, like that swimming. Remember that? What was it, like the early 2000s when they
weren't allowed to wear the
shark skin or something.
Yeah, it wasn't shark skin.
I think
that's illegal. You can't wear shark skin.
No, I think it was shark something.
No, I think that was the design. It was like the cut. They called it like the shark fit or something like that. But yeah, the other speed skater that you had your eye on also hit gold.
I think every guy has their eye on and is probably like not wanting to watch it with their wife or girlfriend or something because...
No, I'm watching for the sport.
Yeah.
For the event. What are we watching? I don't know.
I'm watching because I like Jake Paul.
Oh, no, that would be an immediate red flag. They'd be like, all right, what's up? Nobody likes Jake Paul.
But no, good for I don't know how you pronounce her name. Yuta Virden?
Is it Yuta? Like to know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I would like to know. But she it was a cool story with her because it's like she skates the fastest, like speed, but it's like she can never seemingly always put together like a complete race. And her fellow countrywoman came out and blazed the Olympic record. And then she went out there and topped it like 2 races later. Yeah, and she did. Olympic record, got the gold. Happy for apparently the Netherlands has been very disappointed with their performances lately. So the powerful Netherlands are back.
The powerful, and yes, her name's Jutta Leerdam. Jutta Leerdam.
So, good for her. Jake Paul crying and all that jazz.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. I just stop bringing him up. Well, we talked enough about the other countries. Let's talk about the U.S., all right? Like we talked about, Ilya, helped us get to the gold. Amber Glenn, shout out to that whole team. Really kind of doing it. Let's talk about the first gold medal that we received. Because there's a lot going on this one. It was the alpine skiing. It was Lindsey Vohn's triumphant return. And lo and behold, the winner for the U.S. was somebody completely different. And it was easy, it was breezy, and it was beautiful.
Cover girl.
Yes, that's right. It was Breezy Johnson. Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Breezy. Let's give it up. First U.S. gold medal of the year. Before we dive into the actual race, did you hear the funny little bit with the gold medal with her? She got so excited and broken in like 3 different pieces.
It's been breaking for everyone, apparently.
I was like, what is Italy doing here? Like...
Biffed it.
You need to just get China to do it. They know what they're doing. Like, just have China build the medals, and you distribute them. It doesn't matter if they also
they'll use cheap materials, but somehow they'll still work.
Sturdy.
Yeah.
Cheap but sturdy.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, just like Simcoe. Cheap and sturdy.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, so the race obviously had a lot going on. Everybody was talking about Vaughn coming back.
I know.
With just determination and grit. And lo and behold, seconds into a race.
Yep,
14
all
seconds. Goes to poop.
Yep. Airlifted off again.
I mean, she had some pretty serious injuries.
I know.
Multiple breaks in her legs. Dad came out and said, I hope this is her last race because I'm getting a lot worried. Yeah. I've got somewhat of a hot take on this, and I don't really feel bad for Lindsey Vonn at all. And the reason I feel bad is because this is of her own doing, right? And her own hubris that kind of did this. And I got a few things to say about this, and I never wanted to see it happen. I hope for a speedy recovery. And she is a U.S. Olympic icon.
She is.
But so many things happened that you should have been like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I can't do it. You tore your ACL 9 days ago. 9 freaking days ago. Yeah. And I don't care if, I don't have to move like other athletes do. You just wiped out. You crashed. Now you're 41 years old. You've had your moment in the sun. And I felt like, did you really have that much of an ego that you thought that I could still medal in this after such a horrific injury? Or are you just believing all the hype of, hey, everybody's behind me. This is my moment. It might be my last moment, and I don't want that spotlight fading on me quite yet. But it was incredibly selfish. Like, for a couple of reasons. One, you came in battered and bruised, and with a horrific injury, you took a spot that could have gone to somebody that might never see the Olympics. And I think that's where it kind of starts for me, is that you had a snowball's chance in hell of medaling. But because you thought, I'm the great Lindsey Vonn, and maybe you had people in your corner that were saying the same thing, or maybe you had your publicist saying, wow, this is going to be a great comeback story. This could be the story of the Olympics. And you got so much into the hype train that you ignored the facts that you just had a massive injury, and you're going to try and go out there and do it again. So I'm sorry, I got a problem with that, and taking that slot away from somebody. And then secondly, Breezy just won our first Olympic medal. She is the subtext of that story now.
Yeah.
Her first gold medal is going to be Lindsey Vonn crashed. Not Breezy's first medal, not America's first gold in this Olympics. Vonn's the front page. And now, Breezy, you saw that she's like, can I be happy that I just won the gold? Or do I have to be like horrifically devastated that one of my teammates had a really bad injury?
But Lindsay texted her while she was being airlifted or something.
Whatever. Like, I'm sorry. Again, I'm sure she's a great teammate, but I think she just got a little bit over her skis. She should have taken that injury and been like, you know what, this is a sign. It's not meant for me. I've had my own son. I'm one of the most decorated Winter Olympic, Americans in history, and I can ride off in the sunset. But she just didn't want that to be the end of her story. So that's my hot take on this.
I don't think you get to be as great as someone like Lindsey Vonn if that's not the kind of drive and attitude you have. Like, I wouldn't have... You only get to do so many Olympics. I know she's been in a bunch, but you didn't just come back, I think, for the story. I think you wanted to compete.
She didn't even compete in the last Olympics, the Winter Olympics.
Well, she did whatever she needed to do to get into this one. She missed it. She had an opportunity. She thought she could go do it. She won an event. She was the third fastest in this event.
Prior to that,
though, she was probably going to win at least a bronze medal if she made it down that hill.
I don't know about that.
She had just won an event. Like I said, she was scheduled to go off third, and in those events, basically, you want to go first. Seriously, watching these, by the time they get to the end...
It's all choppy.
Sun's been out. It's like golf on a third... Like when you go out for a golf on the Thursday, Friday of an opening... You want to be in the morning. The morning session always does better.
Yeah, you don't want to catch that windmill.
Yeah,
you don't
want those greens to get dried out.
Yeah.
Clown.
You're going to die, clown. Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, you can, and I knew you were going to have this position because... The inner competitor in you comes out, and you also want to see greatness. You want to see the greatest, continue to be great, and you don't want to see somebody that you probably never heard of before compete that might just be happy to be there.
It wasn't even the greatness. It was just the fact that if you think you can go out there and do it, and this is like the stage that's yours, why it's got to be so hard to do all that work to get back, to give it up to somebody if you really think you can go out there and do it. She did practice runs. She was great in them.
I don't know if she was great in them. I don't know.
She's third fastest.
Okay.
Look, if she finished last, maybe it would have been like, dude, you should have held out. But she was ready to go. I don't know, man. You put yourself in that situation. Do you really think you would say, like, you just came back? You can't just be like, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to do the Olympics this year and pop some skis on and go down that like black diamond, and all of a sudden you're like back to being the great.
You know my ski story. I did do that. I'm the best.
Went just as well as Lem.
Yeah, well, I didn't destroy my legs. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's got to be such a hard decision after all those hours of waking up early, the travel, like to then all of a sudden just be like, I think I can do it. I'm pretty sure I know I can still go, but I think someone else should do it.
No, it's not. It's not simple as that. It's not just saying I think somebody else should do it. It's just like have common sense. Like you tore your ACL. Like I don't care if you're stabilized and whatnot. It's like even in the back of your head, you're probably considering that. And I'm not saying that affected the crash in any way, shape, or form. Because it looks like she just got shoulder checked by that gate.
So should Carrie Strug have just said, no, I'm not doing this vault?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, my gosh. When they... she had a broken ankle and went out there.
Carrie Strug? Is that her name? Strug?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she just shouldn't have done that and said, nah, we forfeit.
No, because she was already there when it happened. It's like, it's different. It's not like she sprained her or broke her ankle 9 days before. Yeah, if she broke her ankle 9 days before, do you think she'd be going to the Olympics? No.
Well, you never know.
No, you do know. She would not be going.
Well, that's a little different. You can't really
her Russian coach, drink 2 cups of vodka and you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It did come out, though, that it actually was pretty sad because it's like all the other people, the Carollis, that's who it was, Bella Carolli.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, they're like, she had no choice but to go out there and do it. Like, she was trained to do that. Yeah. They're like a sleeper assassins, those gymnasts, probably. Yes, they're so, like, trained. Mm-hmm. Bella could just be like, I don't like that competitor. And they, Jason Bourne that thing.
I'm surprised Jason Bourne wasn't on your top movies list.
It's an exciting, fun movie. I don't know if it's, like, a good movie. The first one's not
Jason
bad.
Bourne's great. It's a great movie. Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to put it as the best of all time. But, yeah, it's like, you got to give it a little bit of credit there. Well, what else have you watched from the Olympics that's really kind of driven home for you?
I think you know right where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
The Corys.
Oh.
Corey Dropkin.
Mixed curling.
Corey CT. They are lighting this place up, and they said to the Italians.
Yep, the defending champion.
And dominant for like the last 4 years. Said, you know what, you beat us in the round robin? That's fine. Because we're going to whoop that A in the semifinals.
I mean, 9-8. I don't know if that's a whoop that A kind of score.
Yeah, well,
that's
I was getting fired up. Well, I know. And watching that, well, first of all, Constantini Lucarini.
No way, that's his name. Constantini Lucarini?
No, the woman. That's her last name. Okay. She's a looker.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you did. I see what you did there. I like it.
But she was
a looker, yeah.
A looker, but she saved her partner's butt so many times. He lost it for them. Yeah. She was hitting every good shot. But yeah, Team USA, they're onto the gold medal. And they were kind of the question mark of the curling because they hadn't really played much together. U.S. has never done well in the mixed doubles thing before. They're taking home at least a silver.
See, this is why we talked about this. This is why I disrespect curling. I
disrespect you.
Okay, it's like the USA did this the other time with the team you were talking about. How it's like they were the castaways, they were the replacements, and they come back and they just wow the crowd. It's just like curling. I sleep on the rankings for that. It's like you're 10th. You could be hitting gold by the Olympics.
It does seem like it can be kind of like the NHL hockey playoffs. Like you can see a 7 or 8 seed make it to the Stanley Cup and maybe win. But I mean, typically it's the top seeds, like the top 4 or 5 that generally make it into the semis.
Yeah. I mean, like, I love a good underdog story, so I'm hooked. I'm recording the curling to see if we can't hit the gold.
I think if there's anything I want to get from this podcast is I want to get the listeners out there
to just get hooked on curling.
Hook would be awesome, but to just kind of follow it a lot more than they've ever have, at least for these Olympics.
I feel like we got some curling fans.
I think so.
On the viewers. I mean, if it's anything like shuffleboard, I've seen half of these guys just crush on a shuffleboard in a bar. A little shuffleboard.
Oh, remember? Yeah, that was so much fun.
It is. It's the best.
Make sure you get enough of that, like
a little sand.
Sand on there.
Gotta get the sand out there. Get a little quickness. But you don't have a little broom like you do in curling. You just gotta get that little touch.
But you kind of got to spin it.
Yeah, you
like
can.
They do.
You want to curve it around. You want a little curvature. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why they call it curling.
No, what? No, it's not.
So it curls. You got to curl it around.
Oh, well, you said curve. And I was like...
Oh, sorry. I meant curl.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll let you do it. Is that why it's called curling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
I don't know. It makes logic. You just got to stick to your guns. Be like Bigo and don't back down when I question it. Just say yes.
Yes.
And that'll get you there. Well, we're having a great time here, man. Do you want to do a funny story or you want to save that for next time?
I think we've got time for the funny story.
Yes. Okay. Well, I do love giving you a little bit of levity or brevity in the cast, and there's a story that came out of where else but Canada, British Columbia. Apparently, there is. Would you believe this? There is a museum of personal failure in Kingsgate Mall at the Vancouver in Vancouver. It's exactly what you think it is. Apparently, this guy, or I don't know, Avon Collins. I'm guessing that's a guy. Could be a girl. But they decided to create this museum that's just circling around just personal failures, and people can donate stuff to the museum. There's a whole wall
what a brilliant idea.
Of reject where it has like job application rejections, firing notices. A knife maker donated a knife that he made that he couldn't sharpen because of, I guess, something of the oil that he used.
That's news to me.
And then apparently Avon Collins' own mother donated the wedding gown, which she named the Threads of Innocence. Take that any way you want.
Good Lord.
So I gotta ask you, Semco, what would be your donation, if you have one, to the Failure Museum?
Probably about 10 different freaking types of headphones that don't stick in my stinking ear.
Is it because your ears are too big or too small?
I think they're just...
Or you just got oblong ears?
I think they're oblong ears, but it's like the ones that are supposed to like hang over the ear and then stick in the ear. It's like every time they are in there, they just can't ever stay in there. And then, the AirPods, I can't get those to stay in my ear to save my life. I've gone through so many TJ Maxx headphones. It drives me up the wall how they don't work.
Yeah. Mine would definitely be half of the things I get from Wayfair or IKEA. Because I always lose a screw, or there's like one of those wooden pegs that like snaps off, and I'm like, well, that's useless now. And any of those build your own furniture dealies, I'm like, those can all go. There should be a whole wing of IKEA furniture or Wayfair furniture.
There's always just something a little off with them all.
It's like, this doesn't look like it does in the picture. I'm trying to think of any other failures. I mean, personal failures that you can think of.
Well, I did have a couple other things. One, the knockoff iPod that came out about the time of the iPod.
Yeah, that belongs there.
I had that. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But the biggest one I think that should go in there, I forget what brand it was. It might have actually been Gateway. But I remember, because I think we went in there like as a family to the Gateway store. And
you remember Gateway? That's a throwback.
Yeah,
Gateway computers.
It is.
Didn't they have like a cow as their mascot? It was always like, the Holstein coloring or something like that. Yeah.
But they had this thing where you could like really like customize your like the computer or like the monitor to, this was at the time where you could like burn CDs and stuff. And so that was like the cool thing to do. So, me and my sister, we loved doing that. My dad even liked to burn some CDs. So we wanted to make sure we had one that you could have like two, where you could insert two CDs, right? We got this one computer. It was like you'd hit the button for the top one to come out. The bottom one would come out. You'd be like, push it back in, and then both of them would come out. Like, nothing ever worked on this thing. Brought it back, got like a whole new one with the same kind of features we wanted. Still never worked. It like wouldn't somehow read one of them to burn it, or like you couldn't even burn it right. It would take like hours to burn a CD if you somehow got it right. They were the worst computers ever.
That's why they are no longer in existence. I feel like you could put like a whole... And I said wing or corridor of just failed electronics, like the Zune. Zune can go in the failure museum.
Does Google Glass go in there?
Google Glass probably goes in there.
Those guys were such nerds that I'd see a couple come in. I'm like, what the hell are you wearing?
The HD DVD players, those can go in there. Yep. Blu-ray, I guess Blu-ray can go in there now. Nobody has DVD players anymore. I would put, this is random, but I put the platypus in the failure museum. What the hell is a platypus? That's a god failure. What kind of animal is that? Is it a duck? Is it a mammal? What the heck is this? Could you tell me right away? Does a platypus lay eggs, or does it have babies like mammals do?
I believe it lays eggs.
I don't know. It's got like fur.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm glad you're. It's okay. Hey, fur babies can have eggs, baby. See? Let's go. Yeah. A little fur, a little foot like a kiwi. You told me fuzzy I should be confident with my answers. There you go. I love the confidence. I think you're wrong, but hey, what do I know? But yeah, platypus can go into the failure museum.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger's dating life before he got married, that can go in the failure museum.
Yeah. My dating life before I met my wife can go in there.
I mean, half of our listeners, their first marriages can go in the failure museum.
Well, you've all been a great audience.
Oh, man.
I could probably...
I said half.
I mean, that is the percent of...
I think the last one put us at that halfway mark. I was like, no! We hit right on the national average. Son of a gun.
I like to think we're all good where we are.
Yeah, I think, some of us just kind of jumped the gun there.
Yeah. Some you get married early, sometimes things happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You think it's the one? There's a lot of, so there are a lot of, I bet, but they wouldn't be the only ones. There'd be a lot of, first marriages in that failure museum.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd just be like, what's the craziest story as to like how
it's like so do you just get a little blurb in the museum, or do you get like a full statue?
Depends on how good that story is.
You're gonna feel comfortable? Which one of our friends would get the statue for the failure of their first? It's got to be.
This is all. I'm not. I piss off everybody enough as it is.
All right, we won't drag them too much. But there's so many to choose from; it's hard to pick. But good on you guys. We'd not be quitters. Second chances for you handsome devils.
You all found such wonderful
love every last one of them.
Yep.
Every last one of them.
And hopefully at some point in time we all are able to kind of get together.
Yeah. Maybe in Philly.
Maybe. It sounds like that might be the front runner.
Yeah. So we're talking about, I think maybe Dwight coined it. He calls it the Fellas Annual Getaway.
Yes.
It's quite the acronym he chose. Yeah.
Yes. Anyone out there that wants to figure that out?
I used to just call it the Be More Trip, but apparently it's got its own little title.
Well, we've moved from Baltimore.
I know, so it can't be. It'll still be Be More.
It kind of is, though. It can still go by that, and it'll be understood as to what.
So you guys going to try and do the double dip? You're going to try and go to like a preseason game and a baseball game, or are you just going to, or maybe a basketball game and a baseball game?
So is this what you're going to do again? This is how you contribute. Yep. You're going to plan out what we're going to do,
your entire
and where we're going to go,
yeah,
and then pretend like you're going to show up.
Maybe. And then you guys can send me 7 anchovy pizzas.
No, we're going to have to do something else.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll move on from you.
Wow, okay. Yeah. Jeez. Just scorned lover over here. Maybe I should be in the Failure Museum.
Well, all the times that you've let us down,
you've
played games
you guys
with
have
us.
made this up for. I've never said that I like the times that I haven't come. I've never said I'm coming and then last second back out. If you look, I got the receipts. Got the receipts.
I want to see them.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, I believe
that'll be a great podcast. Me just scrolling through my texts. What about this one?
We're gonna see
like this one.
We're gonna wait, and I'm not gonna edit it while you're just scrolling.
Like, let me just see this one. Oh, that's another an inappropriate text from Dwight. I can't share that one.
God, I know. There's so many times I just kind of want to tell my wife some of the conversations we have, but then when she's like, "Can I see let me see," I'm like, "Oh, you don't want to scroll up or down."
Just say right in the sweet spot.
Right in the sweet spot.
This is the wholesome sweet spot. It's rare, but it's there.
It's
so
there.
just stay in your safety zone because I don't want you having nightmares. Especially when it's around Thanksgiving. Don't you scroll around Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. But be honest. Do you not really feel like it's Thanksgiving until you get that turkey?
I still don't know if that's him or not. I'm like, is that him? I don't think he's a good enough drawer, so I think that's something he pulled off the internet.
I think so. It has to be.
But, I mean, wishful thinking.
Could it be one of our other friends, though?
Well, I mean, that seems more realistic that Dwight would be the photographer for something like that.
They don't look familiar, though.
So I would be able to usual suspects pick that out of a lineup, my friend. I don't recognize any of them.
I don't recognize any of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be that Gary guys or something. I've never met him, I don't think.
Not like that, I hope. Well, we'll wrap it up here. Right now we're shaving under 2 hours. First time in a long time we've done this. Before we go, though, I got to ask, we've seen some highlights. What's the next big? You mentioned curling. I got to say, I'm a little pissed off. I went there.
Whoa.
That I got to wait another 2.5 weeks for skimo. Why are they teasing me with it?
Wait, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, it's like it doesn't start until February 18th or something like that.
The Olympics are over by then.
No, they're just going to the 21st.
That was a 2-week thing. Oh, 21st?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I wait forever. Biathlon's next week. You got to wait for your biathlon. I got to wait for skimo.
I can't wait for that one.
You can wait for that one?
No, I can't wait for the biathlon.
Well, you have to because it's a week away.
That's okay.
You got curling to hold you over. And then when's ISI? Where's our... I mean, God bless I love watching the women's hockey, but give me some guy on guy action here, guys.
The guy on guy action that everyone was talking about that we need more of is the luge. The 2-man luge.
Yeah, it's like Will Billy was enthralled.
Yes.
It's have you guys seen this? Yes, I've seen the 2-man luge before. It's must-watch TV.
They opened his eyes to something that, I mean, doing all that CrossFit, you get some speed, you might be able to compete. Find somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you offering up your services as the top?
I think I'd have to be the top.
Or are you more of the bottom?
Well, I think you would need the taller guy on the bottom.
You need more length on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Yes.
So and I'd have to, does the top the driver?
Not from what I've heard through those circles. God, I'm pretty sure the bottom's steering that rig. Maybe you're helping to pick up speed. I don't know.
Well, if we learned anything from the ski jump, the enlarged crotch area gets you more distance area, and speed.
I feel like that wind resistance would slow you down, and they're probably just sucking those things right. Yeah, just like as little wind resistance as possible while you're hurtling down.
I guess that's true.
Like, did you watch the skeleton at all? I watched the skeleton. Did you watch the skeleton?
I actually I haven't seen like any of those.
They're going like 85 miles an hour.
So crazy. And
it's like, and they're razor thin. Like, they're tenths of a second between like first and fourth.
Yeah.
Tenth of a second.
And that's like 10 feet or something. Like, they're going that stinking fast.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Power to those guys. I don't know. I feel like skeleton is those that couldn't hack it in bobsled. Then they couldn't hack it in the luge. And they're like, what is something that no one else is probably crazy enough to really try?
Yeah, it's like head first. It's like, oh, you're going feet first? I'm going head first. Yes. So Germans win this one.
With just a sled. Like, nothing. Yeah. They're nuts.
Yes.
So that sounds like the sport you might have gotten into.
I told you. That's what I said. That was my, breakneck speed, before 30B go.
If we were to do a 4-man bobsled, who's in it?
Well, you'd have to be in it because you'd be the speed and you'd be kind of pushing us as a driver. I would put Will Billy in there as well.
Okay.
I think you'd be Sanka. You'd be up front steering us.
He was the brake man.
No, Sanka wasn't the...
No, it was Derice was the driver.
Derice, I'm sorry, you would be Derice. Yes, you would be Derice. You'd be the driver. I feel like I would probably be Sanka then.
You'd be the brake man.
I'd be the brake man.
That means we'd have to be working. Well, we work together on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and also it's because I'd be very light on the brake. I'd be like, no, we're going fast. Like, forget this thing. We're going super fast. And you'd be like, brake. I'm like, what? I didn't hear you. Let's keep going.
You'd be like, either we're winning the gold or we're crashing to our death.
And let's go. Big muscly guy that was in the middle. Let's give that to Will Billy.
Yeah.
And then who's the prim and proper? Well, I love that you're like, what's the proper? I'm immediately going Cool Runnings. Like, that's what I'm going by. Yeah. And who's going to be the rich kid that just gets in because he can pay our way to
Stephen Hunter.
Stephen Hunter, yeah, Stephen Hunter. I was thinking Seabeard because he's got that Mrs.
That's
true.
He's
got a sugar mama, so he could probably do a few favors and help us get our funding.
So we don't get a sled like the Jamaicans got.
Right? Yeah, just a beat to crap, the one that like breaks down when we're about to kick gold.
I know.
Against his fist.
After we finally gain the respect of everybody.
We got the slow clap.
I mean, I'd almost rather have that than the gold.
No.
The respect of your fellow competitors.
No, I want the gold.
I want that.
I can't hang the respect up at home.
There's been some times where like
respect's not going to get me free beers at my local brewery.
There have been times where like I played a game, like a soccer game, and like we lost the game, but then it's like the best player from the other team will usually just sometimes shake hands, sometimes don't, but it's usually just like a quick shake. But then it's like you have that like moment where like the guy comes over to you and he's just like, hey man, and like actually exchange words with you. I'm like, yeah, that was better than getting the win. Like him, recognizing,
recognizing great.
Yeah.
See, I never got that. I'm gonna punch you in the face after this game. You've been such a dick this whole game. Like, I can't wait for this game to be over because I'm gonna slug you. And I was like, you wish I was on your team because then I'd be doing that to the other team. So just don't be jelly.
Thanks for taking one for all of us in pickup basketball.
Yeah.
Because it'd just be like, Brandon, that's the point guard. Just go up there and just
harass the crap. And I did. Got a lot of elbows.
A lot of get off of me, man.
Yeah, hey man, don't worry about it, good guy. Say, hey, we're just playing. Let's just play a little bit more.
That's no foul. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Let it play. Let it play.
All right, where are we at?
But we're at Olympics, so I'm excited. I got to wait for Hawk. I got to wait for Schemos. So I'm going to lean on you to kind of tell me what to watch. It's a lot of skiing. This is what I talked about. It's like there's too much skiing. There's freestyle, and then there's alpine, and then there's the slalom, and then there's the G spot or whatever that one's called. And like I lose track, and it's all kind of the same. I do like the freestyle though, because they're doing like backflips, and stuff like that. So I can get entertained with that. But again, I can't tell you who's going.
It's an event that I forgot. That's one that I would want to. Oh, is that Eileen Gu?
That's your Gu. You like the Gu.
I mean, she's Gu worthy, I guess. But
Gu choo choo.
But she's
playing for the enemy.
Yeah,
communist.
Yeah, but no. You know what sport or event I realize I would be better off without, and I know I'd be better off without. I'm getting tired. See, I'm getting that 2 hours. But no, and they had Jeremy Bloom, and he was cool at Colorado and the Eagles.
Yeah.
But the moguls.
Okay.
I hate the moguls, and I think it's even stupider that they have the little trick you do at the end.
Yeah.
It's like either do tricks or just be like going through the moguls.
I mean, but a fall on the moguls is like the funniest thing. Especially if you do it in the first, like, bop, bop, beep, bop, bop. You hit every bump down the road.
That's concussion that's Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah. Oh, he got JSN. Yikes! You don't like to see that. He's going to lose style points for that one.
Poor guy. I was kind of hoping he had a good Super Bowl, honestly.
He got a ring. And he got the OPY, whatever.
No. I like the guy.
OPOY, whatever.
Even though he did go to Ohio State. Have you seen that highlight of him like in high school when like some guy's like ready to like D him up and he's like all serious about it. He's like, come on, man, come on. And Jackson Smith's just on the line and he kind of like walks a little bit, like jogs a little bit, and then hits him with like this move. And the guy just like trips and falls straight backwards. And Jackson Smith and Jigba just stops and like looks at him and then just kind of like continues running his route. And it's like,
it's just the coldest thing in the world.
Like the coldest thing in the world. He's so quick though. I was like, I probably would have fallen over too.
Yeah.
And now, he's the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. So it's like, yeah, he probably really just is that.
I probably would have just tried to maul him at the line. It was like, you're going to beat me, but I'm going to make you work for it.
You are bump and run.
Yeah.
You're Brandon Browner.
I'm Brandon Bigo. I'm Bigo Browner.
Bigo Browner. Well, let's just hope you don't end up having I think Browner, he did something after he was playing.
Oh, shit. It doesn't sound like it was anything good.
No, it was not anything good.
Oh,
so
okay.
Please don't go down the same route. I think he's in jail. Might have killed somebody.
Oof.
Maybe
Jesus.
not. Assault. He did something.
Don't associate me with that. Jesus.
Well, it was more the playing style. Because you had Richard Sherman on the other side. They were both kind of press guys, but Browner was like 6'4" and would just put his hands on you the whole time.
Put my hands on you, yeah.
Richard Sherman was a little bit like that, but he'd at least like run with guys. Browner's like, dude, if you beat me off the line, I'm toast. So I just got to like manhandle
make
you.
It not fun for you.
Yeah.
Get under your skin.
Yeah, and that's what you do best.
That's what I do.
And every team needs a guy like you.
Yeah. I'm the Dylan Brooks of our friend group.
Yes. You are.
See, a little NBA, bringing it back to NBA.
It's kind of like when we'd go out and everyone would be like, God, I hate that guy. And we're like, yeah, but we love him.
I know. That's what it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. And I think since we've just known you so long, we've grown to accept it.
Yeah, my shenanigans.
Yeah, that's just you, being you.
Oh, it's just Bigo.
But any last words?
No, we're done with football, so you guys might see that these episodes might get lighter, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe
I think they will.
I think might. We'll have a ton of Olympics to talk about. We're behind the 8 ball in the medal count, my friend. Right now at this point, we got a lot of catching up to do.
We do. I don't know if we can do it.
It'll be close. Of course, DW tried to reverse Dwight Cursus when he put that bet down on, who was it, Norway, to be the medal winner. So he's trying his best to use his powers for good. But I don't know. Might not be enough.
I wonder if we'll shoot up when we get into like the snowboarding stuff.
I feel like they would. Hey, but shout out to speaking of snowboarding, let's shout out to good old Ollie, not Ollie North, who for all the right reasons, but Ollie Martin, the kid out of I think it's Colorado. Going against the big air snowboarding, one of the first competitions, like broke his arm and I think it was the first run, and he continued and he almost medaled. He got 4th.
I know.
With a broken arm. So shout out. That's the Lindsey Vonn that you wanted, but that's not who got it. It's Ollie
North.
Not North.
He'll always be Ollie North.
I know. There's Ollie Martin. You're going to ruin this for me. Ollie Martin, shout out. 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Bright future. Look, hopefully we see him again because that was really, really cool.
I don't know. You know what? Everyone says that. They're like, oh, this guy's 17, got a bright... Well, all the guys competing are 17,
yeah,
so I don't think we'll see him in 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be tough. There's always going to be the next guy. Next man up.
Next man up. There's always somebody out there working harder than you, Brandon.
Yeah, that's a low bar. I put it in the bare minimum.
You've done pretty well for yourself, bare
Thanks.
minimum.
I mean, call me the Kurt Imre of everything. Just putting in the bare minimum. Kurt, get on the cast. Come on.
I wonder, has anyone out there, have you tried to reach out to Kurt? Does anyone even have his number?
No, I'm pretty sure he's unlisted.
Like, I'm just getting to the point now where I'm like, can someone give me his number I'll reach out?
We need...
Kurt, you're famous.
We need one of Grizz's polls on our WhatsApp groups. Like,
I'm
what's
digging
the likely...
that
I know,
now.
you love it. You can do it. I can show you how to do it.
Could you please?
Yeah, I will show it to you after the podcast.
I'm so technologically... I'm so behind the times.
But one of them needs to be, like, multiple choice, what's Kurt Imre up there? One of them has to be he's fully transitioned to a woman. Because I'm giving it a 1% chance. But there's a chance. Fully transitioned. Gone Caitlyn Jenner on us.
I don't know.
You're thinking about it now.
I'm just like picturing him in like the South Park World of Warcraft, just like downstairs in his parents' house. Just...
He wasn't into World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but he's doing something on the computer.
So you probably are.
He's in some type, but it's just like you said. I mean, no motivation for like anything.
I could see him being because he worked for that restaurant in college. You remember this? It was
me and Chris we got our lunch meat for free.
Yeah, I used to go back there and just make stuff.
Me too.
And like the owner knew because he was a regular at my bar, and he'd just see me come. I was like, "How's it going?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm just making some pesto pasta or something like that," and just crush that thing.
It did make me realize or think. I always do think like some of these places I go into, I'm like, is there a guy like Kurt in the back?
You know there is.
I know.
You don't want to.
That's
know
one of those
that,
things you just
is.
don't want to think about.
Yeah.
Like, what kid is back there?
I mean, like everything that Kurt made back there was just heavy cream. Everything was heavy cream.
It was good though.
Yes, it's heavy cream. Dude, it's delicious.
What if he's like a chef?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that should be one of the like that could be. I could see him because he really. That's the one time that I saw him semi-apply himself. Is when he was back there making food. He just loved it. He just had a really good time.
Or when he was watching that awful Pushing Daisy show. Oh my God.
I will credit Kurt to really being my driver of
Frisky
Scrubs.
Dingo. Oh, and Scrubs.
Was he Frisky Dingo? Mm-hmm. I know he was for Scrubs.
He was Frisky Dingo. I remember, I think he wasn't living with us at the time, but he was in Waterman's Crossing. And I think Chris and I ventured to his neck of the woods for like the first and only time, I think. And because he was that lazy, he just was like, no, you guys come here.
Yeah, he did say that a lot.
God. And so it was like, fine. And he's like watching this Frisky Dingo. And we both, I think, thought it was the dumbest thing ever for one episode.
Acquired taste.
But after like 3, you really get into it.
So see, Kurt, we got to give him a lot of credit. He got us hooked on the Scrubs. He got us hooked on the Frisky Dingo. Some of our most quotable quotes.
I know.
So, hey, Kurt, here's a little bit of love.
Yeah.
On top of all the S talking. So enjoy that little spice right there, my friend.
I don't know if he'd make it to this episode after hearing all the other ones.
Come on, make it to lucky number, what is it, 14 for us?
14, man.
All right. Oh, man, we didn't go over to lucky 13. We'll figure it out. So that would have been a great conspiracy.
We couldn't have fit that in.
Oh, my God.
In our 2-hour and 45-minute episode.
We could have, yeah. But we're over 2 hours now, so let's wrap it. Yeah. Let's save something for the team.
Let's do it.
And let's say sayonara.
All right. I'm just going to let everyone know I don't have the outro that I do memorize.
Ooh.
And I don't have anything in front of me that tells me what to say.
All right, let's wing it. I can fill in the gaps.
Please, yes.
No, you'd start off and then fill in the gaps.
No. Well, this has been another episode of the Undrafted and Overconfident podcast.
Yes, I'm helping right now.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.
The two friends that have known each other for years and still can't agree on anything.
20 years.
20 years.
Still can't agree on anything.
See, we can't even agree on this.
Hit that follow button drop us a like, and email us at undraftednoverconfident@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next week.
Bye.
Peace.
We're off with that.
We did it.
We did it, though. Hi-yo.